Time to get up, get out of bed. Let a radio genius climb into your head. Get a totally unpredictable start to your day. Get your daily dose of MJ. Morning show, MJ, let's go. From 6 to 10 with his crazy gang comes the voice of insanity. A man you can hang with. He's a little demented, but baby in a beautiful way. Get your morning dose of MJ, MJ. Time to wake up and play with MJ, MJ. Start your heart with MJ. He takes a crazy world and spins it round and round. Everybody is getting down with the sound of MJ. Morning show, got promotions and commotion. Everything you wanna know, only MJ Morning Show. MJ, time to get the party started, getting ready, let's go to the MJ Morning Show. Go.
It is the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew, 6 o'clock, rolling up on 6:01 here on a Monday. Hey, Coop, why does our computer system blow so badly in here?
I don't know, but I feel really bad for those Kenny Loggins fans.
Yeah, Kenny Loggins started for like 5 seconds. I'm all right. Then it just fades.
That was all I got.
That's about it. What is wrong with this computer system that runs our audio here?
What happened? The song just stopped?
Yeah, it just faded out. It's like,
Nice.
it starts and then it just fades out. Yeah. Well, yeah.
The off-air lights started spinning, like the siren-looking thing in here
it's like
went off for no reason.
It's like a revolving old, 1960s bubble-style police light that's up on the ceiling. So if there's any dead air, it starts spinning around like you're getting pulled over or something.
The dead air police.
No, but what does that? What causes... Listen, if you're just tuning in now, you didn't hear it. So if you were listening at 5:57, then you heard it. But if you're just tuning in, if your alarm clock goes off at 6, then you missed it. But Coop, can you explain what's the deal with this thing?
I couldn't tell you. I think, sometimes when you click the next song, if you double tap, it fades out. But then you can always try to bring it back, which is what I tried to do, but it didn't come back.
Well, first of all, I never worked at a radio station where I have to use a mouse.
Yeah, that's kind of strange, isn't it?
We have to use a mouse to click different things. Usually I just hit the buttons on the control board here.
Or a touchscreen display.
Well, but the touchscreen, sometimes you hit it and it doesn't work, so you got to hit it a couple of times.
Sometimes it'll fire things off even when you're just an inch away from it.
Listen, I have no clue. All I know is that this particular computer system that runs our audio is not ready for prime time. But it runs.
Maybe it's ready for prime time back in the 50s.
Yeah, maybe so. Even before there were computers, right?
Yeah.
So they were well before their time, is that
yes.
it?
At one time, this was the revolutionary version. MJ, of all the songs to fire and send off a positive message in the morning, Kenny Loggins saying, I'm all right. That's pretty good.
Welcome, folks. MJ and the crew rolling up on 6:03. Can I make a couple of Howard Franklin Bridge observations this morning? It's hysterical. And have you guys ever seen, I think there are 2 different ones, but have you ever seen there are Pinellas County deputies that obviously roll in from Hillsborough County? So there are some Pinellas County deputies.
I see those.
Yeah, that are coming over from the Tampa side early in the morning, 5 o'clock hour. And I see a couple of, this is fairly regularly, probably, a couple of times, 3, 4, 5 times a month. It depends on, what my pattern is and whether I'm running early, whether I'm running a little bit late to get into the studio for the kickoff of the show here at 6. But this morning, Pinellas County deputy, one of those big, giant SUVs, like the Suburban, the low-profile bar light up on top. But it's a marked vehicle. You got it says Sheriff, it says Pinellas County. You got the gold 5-pointed sheriff star on the vehicle. It's hysterical. Is the maniacs, the speed demons on the Howard Franklin Bridge that I had a BMW 3 Series, not a newer one, sort of a, maybe 7, 8, 9 years old, BMW 3 Series. And I'm in the middle lane on the Howard Franklin coming in this morning. This is 5:40 or so. And I'm running a few minutes late this morning, but nothing that would affect the radio program. So I'm I'm on the bridge. I'm just with traffic, and then I see a Pinellas County sheriff, kind of, roll on down in the left lane. He's doing about 80, I would guess. And, he's, maybe 5, 6, 7 car lengths ahead now. And then here comes this dark BMW 3 Series that's just flying in the lane next to me. Not the left lane, but the second to the left lane on the Howard Franklin, 275 southbound. This guy is flying. He must be doing, 95, 100 miles an hour. And then I'm like, okay, in 3, 2, 1, and then boom, brake lights. Brake lights come on because he saw he was about to roll past the Pinellas County deputy sheriff in the Suburban. And he's doing 100 miles an hour in a 65. So I thought it was pretty funny. I said, brake lights coming very, very shortly. What is this guy going to see? Is this guy going to blow right past this deputy sheriff, or is he going to see it and slam on the brakes? And, of course, he slammed on the brakes. But also, this was still in Hillsborough County. So we were still not to the point where you cross into Pinellas over the bridge. So I'm like, well, listen, I don't think the Pinellas County Sheriff is going to pull you over in Hillsborough County. That's number one.
Also, he's just getting to work. He's not looking.
He's just rolling. How does that work, though? Because some counties, can you live in a different county and have your take-home car? Because I think.
Yeah, there's a guy in my neighborhood who has, I forget what county it is, but it's not Hillsborough.
Come on. You don't know?
Pasco?
I think it's Pasco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on,
Pinellas?
dude.
I don't pay attention. I just stay away.
I've driven around all of the area, and I often see sheriff's office vehicles from different counties in front yards, and there's I was told that there's a proration payback program. If you live in Wesley Chapel, you pay from the Hillsborough County border to your house. Let's say you live 3 miles, you might owe them 3 miles a day.
I thought there was a time where I remember a story years ago where a police officer living in a different county, that he would park his car on the county line at some parking lot, and then he would drive his car there, then take the police car just inside the county to work. I don't know if that still exists. I'm sure different agencies have different rules. Anyway, just getting rolling this morning. Oh, one other observation, and I saw 5 of these this morning. And folks, if you want to give the police probable cause to pull you over, if you want a PC situation, I noticed I think 5 cars this morning from the bridge, even down MLK and even 4th Street. 5 cars with this morning. So if you want to give the cops a reason to pull you over, and you might have some bud in there, you might have liquor bottles in there, you might be reeking of alcohol. Hang on a minute. I'm going to explain something next. You got to hear this. Don't move. Back in a minute here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. A couple of... At the MJ Morning Show, and picking up where I left off, Froggy, where did Froggy? Hello, Froggy, where?
I don't know.
Where is he? Is he already medicating this early?
I can't speak for him. I don't know if he's in the studio. I don't know where he is.
He's probably working.
He'll be back in a couple of seconds.
All right, no, I was going to see if Froggy probably not the best person to ask then if he's been medicating. If he remembers what I actually teased here. All right, Fester, do you remember what I teased?
Yeah, I do.
All right, Roxanne, do you know what I teased? What did I say? What did I say?
You said don't do this, or you see like 7 people doing this in the Howard Franklin.
Five.
Okay. Let's not exaggerate.
It was 5. Let's not juice it up even more.
Well,
I saw 5.
Only
bumped
5.
it up.
So Howard Franklin, saw 3 on the Howard Franklin. I saw 1 on MLK as we all exit onto MLK because 4th Street is still closed. Hey, that DOT lady, remember we had the Department of Transportation lady talking about the Howard Franklin construction? She said that 4th Street ramp was going to be rebuilt and reopened by like December of last year. Do you remember we had her on in like the spring of 21, and she said that the 4th Street exit was going to be back open by the end of December, and no, here we are. It is it's May.
It looks like it's there.
It's gonna be May.
It's
gonna be May.
It's May. It's May.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
In fact, it's my second today. It's my second. Gotta be May.
You do that so good.
So
it's gonna be my.
Well, that's kind of like the old.
Wow, you nailed it.
Let me hear it again.
It's gonna be May.
All right, give me some Britney Spears in that voice. Also, give me the baby.
Oh baby, baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh baby.
It's gonna be May.
All right, so it is May 2nd, and
Yes.
the 4th Street exit is still closed.
It looks like there's a street there. It looks like we could take it if we wanted to.
It looks like there's a street there.
It just Dukes of Hazzard the end of it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if it's asphalted yet, but there's beams up for the bridge. I mean, they're making progress.
Hey, did they close the interstate to put those giant beams up, or did they do it while cars were driving under there?
Dude, it seems like we can make the jump at least. It's like 10. There you go.
Here we go. All right.
How much time I'd save in the morning? Oh, I'm tired of it.
All right.
30, 45 seconds.
At least.
Let me do this before we run out of time. I saw, I think, 3 on the Howard Franklin, 1 on MLK as we get off at MLK, and then I saw 1 on 4th Street. If I'm talking about 5 cars this morning, and if you're just inviting the police to pull you over, what do you think I'm referring to?
I would think you're referring to something regarding a light issue, like a tail light issue or a license plate light issue or something like that.
Yes, yes, you're 100% right. If you have a burned out taillight or headlights, that is what they call probable cause. It's PC. And they can pull you over, and then if they discover other stuff in your car, like if they pull you over and there's just a blast of like marijuana or alcohol that just blasts the cop in the face like a blast furnace. Oh my! Yeah, that was my fireball. Hold on, no, I need the fireball. There we go. So if you open up your window, you roll down your window, and the cop's there, and suddenly it's like a blast furnace of marijuana or alcohol. Listen, the probable cause was to pull you over for the burned out taillight or the burned out headlight. So I saw 5 cars with light issues on the way in this morning. Oh, and to whoever was driving the Nissan Altima on 4th Street.
I miss mine.
Oh, my God. What a disaster. The car had no lights. They had a fog light from the front, like spoiler, like dangling.
That was just hanging.
It was going like
the car had 1 light and it was dangling. So again, I saw 5 vehicles this morning, either with burned out taillights, like on the Howard Franklin Bridge. I always scan. I always check behind me to see, who's flying up my butt at 110 miles an hour, because the Howard Franklin Bridge is a drag strip. Hey, going home on Friday or Thursday. going, because we were off on Friday, we had a best of, which I had tons of people that emailing me. They didn't even know it was the best of, because guess what? If you haven't heard this stuff, it's new to you. If you haven't heard it, it's new to you. Remember NBC used to do that?
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it's new to you.
Summer repeats.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they justified the repeats. But going home on Thursday morning after the MJ morning show, man, there were cars that were flying by me at 100 miles an hour at like 10:15 in the morning, weaving and swerving.
They were late.
I mean, it's crazy. So back over to this morning, I look behind me, and there's like this pickup truck with one headlight. None of the running lights or the what do you call the parking lights, or the side, what do you call those? Why am I'm blanking out?
I call them running. They're yellow lights or running lights.
Yellow lights, yeah. So none of those, and one headlight. I look in my rearview mirror and here's something coming up fast on me, and it's got one headlight.
It looks like a moped.
Yeah, exactly.
Semi.
And then I get onto 4th Street. I'm on MLK. I cut through it, through the apartment complexes to get back over to 4th, and I'm on 4th, and I literally almost didn't see it. So I'm right there at behind that Chicago pizza place where the Winn-Dixie shopping center is. I'm getting ready to make a right turn onto 4th Street to head on down to the studios, right behind Glory Days, effectively on 4th Street here. And I almost didn't see it. And then I saw, there's a little light. What the hell is that? It's dark. And this dude in this Nissan Altima, like an older silver Altima, the guy has one dangling fog light.
Living on the edge.
I'm like, what is going on here?
And it's not just your drive in. That's an epidemic throughout the entire area. Wherever you live, there's that you always see them.
No headlights. One dangling fog light. I don't even know if it was factory, if it was aftermarket. I don't know what the hell. And it was like dangling so the fog light it's essentially aiming down at the road because it was dangling from a wire. No other headlights, none of the running lights. Then he passes me with his little dangling fog light.
Like a puddle light, almost.
Yeah. It's like a fish light.
He's trying to attract koi or
It's a
something.
pin light.
And then he passes me. He's got no taillights, nothing. Zero. So I'm like, dude, you are going to get pulled over. If a cop is anywhere near you, you are going to be pulled over, you dummy.
Couldn't you make a citizen's arrest at that point?
Halt!
no?
Honorary deputy from several local Bay Area counties.
What makes it legal for someone to make a citizen's arrest? Excuse me, you're under arrest. I'm just a citizen, but
Stop.
I feel like you're doing something dangerous.
In the name of the law that I don't really represent.
I don't know. I thought you could do that in certain situations.
I thought citizen's arrest was a thing.
Me too. I mean, Citizens on Patrol is a whole police academy movie.
I'll tell you what, Fester, why don't you give me a full report on citizens' arrests?
Stop! You're under arrest. I mean, could you imagine? I'd be like, shut up.
All right, Fester, here's the deal. I want a full update on citizens' arrest.
Sorry, brother.
And I want it in the next segment.
Yeah, what can you do? What are the limitations?
Oh, God. Roxanne's telling you what to look up now.
If the limitations will be whatever Google says, unless they can, call the sheriff a little later.
Ooh, that might be good.
Hold on.
Let's get Bob, Chad, and Grady together in the same room and have a powwow. They'll invite Mr. Nako too.
Here's what I want. Before I get to the early morons in the news.
The head of the three families.
Right, next chunk, we've got early morons in the news, but I want you to do a quick little lookup on Florida and citizens' arrests. And why don't you let me know what's involved there? Look at that, Froggy sparking stuff on this May 2nd.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be May.
6:28. Yeah, just getting rolling here, man. We're off and running today. We're off to the races. All right, it's and again, if you've got headlights and taillights out and you don't want to get pulled over, well, then you're a dummy. But this guy, what does this guy think? He's got a dangling fog light, and that's the only illumination at 5 o'clock in the morning. Pitch black out there. All right, 6:28 as we just get rolling here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, if you are in... Roxanne and Froggy and Coop, our producer. And before we get into the early morons of the news, I asked Fester, would you please do me a favor? And why don't you do a little research on the whole citizen's arrest thing? Now, we were speaking about cars just giving the cops probable cause to pull them over. And I saw 5 cars this morning with various light problems, like no headlights, one headlight, dangling fog light only, no taillights. And I said, listen, if you want to get pulled over, then, have busted out lights on your car, because that is a probable cause for a police officer to pull you over. And then who knows what else they're going to discover, what you might have in your vehicle. What the hell was that?
I just snapped my cord and it hit my
my
tea mug.
Oh, my God. I'm like, where's that noise
Like
coming from?
cymbals clanking in your ears.
I know our equipment's falling apart in here. So what is I got a new sound in here. I thought it was like...
it's a sound effect.
Yeah. All right, time at the tone, 6:38. Thank you.
Come and get it.
It's a dinner bell, yeah.
All right, so we're talking about probable cause, and if your lights are out, that the cops can pull you over. Hello? All right. Froggy jumps in and says, can you just make a citizen's arrest? Yeah, I'm going to pull a car over because they're missing a taillight or of course.
No, but if I always thought you could, like, somehow legally arrest somebody just even being a citizen.
Now, Fester, did you say that? Froggy said that, right?
Froggy said it.
Froggy
brought
said
up.
it.
And somehow I got tasked with the research on it.
So I said to Fester, listen, before I get to early morons in the news, why don't you give me a rundown on citizens' arrests in the state of Florida? So what have you found in the last, 7 minutes?
All right, I'm glad you asked, because this is a really complex issue. There's
Yeah,
legislation.
guess what? When I have complex issues, I want Fester to handle them.
And that's why I'm only trying to back away from this further and further. But
Further?
yeah, that's how I say further. It changes me a little bit. Anyway,
we stop it with you. Yeah, Fester thinks it's the coolest thing in the world for him to say, oh, I don't say further anymore. I say further.
okay, since 2015, I've changed the word further to further.
I just stop it with this.
Anyway,
Yes,
I
go on.
digress.
All right.
There's currently legislation proposed by a representative in Tallahassee
Right.
to eliminate all citizen arrests in the state of Florida.
So you can do it?
Well, right now,
Well, where does citizens' arrests stand now?
currently, and
Yes.
the best information actually is coming from lawyers' websites.
Okay.
It is legal to make a citizen's arrest in Florida
Okay.
if you witness a person committing a felony, not a misdemeanor. You can intervene.
All right, so wait a minute. If you witness somebody committing a felony, like murdering somebody, like you're going to jump in
Right.
and someone's got a hatchet or a gun, they just shot somebody.
You
and
can detain
Stop!
that person.
I am arresting you. They're going to shoot you. They're going to slash you with their machete.
It is also not a crime to not do anything when you witness a crime.
Yeah.
If you see something happening and there's a victim, or you see something happening and going down and you're just a bystander and you don't get involved, that's not illegal.
All right, so you're saying that in Florida right now, that a citizen's arrest can only be effected if it's a felony?
Right.
So you have to know what you have to know what crimes are felonies versus what crimes are misdemeanors?
Let me look
So-
this up real quick before I arrest you.
This sounds like a perfect example of I don't want to get involved.
Yeah, that's it.
So let's
Third
talk.
party encounter.
Let's talk how this directly affects the MJ Morning Show.
Okay, tell me how this directly affects the MJ Morning Show.
A couple 3 weeks ago, when we were at the laundromat on
Oh,
4th
I hate
Street,
that too.
and we're at the laundromat on 4th Street, and the manager detained Shorty Shane illegally, falsely imprisoning him while the police were arriving on the scene.
Can that be a citizen's arrest?
No, the officer, you know what? It probably could have been, because she was affecting Shorty Shane's safety. But the officer said you cannot stand in front of the vehicle. You had no right to detain them. They were not committing a felony.
So you have to know your rules.
So I think, if by rules you mean the law, then yeah, I would tend to agree with that. But the officer specifically brought up that the manager of the laundromat had no right to slow us down or detain us or make any kind of arrest because we were not committing a felony. And it didn't really trigger with me that a citizen's arrest is what he was talking about. But that's exactly what the officer was talking
You're
about.
right. So if you're making a citizen's arrest and someone hasn't committed a felony, then you are in trouble for...
So you could have arrested her.
All right, now look at this. On this website that Fester found, it's some law firm over in Palm Beach County. Call an attorney if you've been charged with a crime yourself for making a citizen's arrest.
You specialize in that.
Look at this. However, it is unlawful to arrest a shoplifter. If you're not an employee, use unreasonable force to make an arrest. Arrest a person for violating a routine traffic law, not including a hit and run. However, or to use handcuffs or detain them for more than an hour. Unfortunately, not every good deed goes unnoticed, and you can actually be severely penalized for making a citizen's arrest, even if the perpetrator was guilty of a felony. If you were involved in making a citizen's arrest and were sued or have had charges pressed against you as a result, you need immediate legal assistance. Call the West Palm Beach attorneys of Skyer, whatever it is.
It's a lot of information on their website. I know they're trying to sell their service, but if you execute a citizen's arrest, Froggy, you're held to a very high legal standard.
Yeah.
And you could face charges as well.
I'm guessing that there are some other states in the country where the citizen's arrest deal a little more loosey-goosey.
Yeah, for real. Like West Virginia, maybe.
Okay, well, the legislation in Tallahassee right now wanting to ban all citizens' arrests in Florida stems from the case in Georgia where Ahmaud Arbery was detained and then murdered.
Just a horrific situation.
But the three guys who were eventually found guilty of his murder, their initial defense was, we were making a citizen's arrest.
I got you.
And that's not what citizens arrests are. Yeah, right.
All right, well, there we have it. Fester with some...
Good job.
That's excellent Googling you did there.
Yeah.
That's some of the best Googling that I've seen out of you in a long time.
Mr. Siciliano, you get a C+.
Good Google report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fester.
Stop bringing stuff up.
Early morons in the news. Did you see the U.S. tourists that caused people to hit the deck and go under tables, and people were panicking and hitting the floor at the Ben Gurion airport in Israel? Did you see what an American family? This is crazy. An American family is in Israel, and they were visiting the Golan Heights. Okay, the Golan Heights, and they find an unexploded artillery shell. So what do? They pick it up, and they decide they're going to take it back to America with them and pack it in their luggage. What the hell? What is wrong with these people?
All right, these people didn't know this was a live
What?
bomb.
Look at it. It looks... All right, let me give
Maybe
you...
they thought it was one of those paperweights, like the pineapple.
Let me give you the story here. An American family set off this massive bomb scare at Israel's main airport. What is this? Tel Aviv, right? Ben Gurion Airport, Tel Aviv. They found an unexploded shell that they found while touring in the Golan Heights. They showed security personnel at the airport. Yeah, we're just bringing this home. And they're like, what? And they're like, hit the deck. They're like, what is it? So they set off this massive bomb scare. These people are nuts. They're trying to go through security last Thursday. They tried to pass through with an unexploded artillery shell that they decided would be cool to bring home as a souvenir.
Okay, they're right. That would be a cool souvenir.
So sweet.
If it hasn't blown up in 45 years, it's not going to blow up sitting on your mantle back in Wisconsin. I mean,
About a bumpy plane ride, it might.
no, it's going to be fine.
Okay.
But
There is video. There is absolute chaos. People are screaming, yelling, hitting the ground. The video is nuts. So here's what happened. They roll through. They're like, oh, yeah, we're just bringing this souvenir home. And the security personnel are like, oh, my God, it's a bomb. It's an artillery shell. And then people are fleeing, running from the TSA style area from the security. And keep in mind, airport security for the Israelis, it is intense. Listen, I was in Egypt back in March. I think I told the story. I went through no less than like 8 or 9 security checkpoints and different checks, leaving Egypt.
So that makes you feel safe. That's good.
It was insane. So I had pretty serious security, like 3 different security stops in Hurghada, which is an hour south of Cairo. But then the real security kicked in when I got to the Cairo airport for my flight from Cairo, Egypt, back to JFK, in New York. It was crazy. I had like 4 metal detectors. I had a couple of body scanners. I had the one where it was like the flat wall and you had to stand up. And it was like the backscatter, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. I've had that. Then I had to walk through the L3 with the device where like they have a Tampa airport, but I don't usually go through that because we're TSA pre-check, so you just walk through the regular metal detector.
No,
the details.
no body cavity check, right?
No.
Unfortunately.
But there were bomb sniffing dogs. They were swiping all of our electronics with the little residue pads.
Crotch sniffing midgets.
There were no crotch sniffing midgets, but they
Get
had,
over here. Get over here.
He's good. He's good.
All right,
He's
next.
Can you please do that in Arabic, please? I was in Egypt.
Okay.
That sounded like Italian.
Yeah,
dude.
Bring the crotch over here.
Just a
That's
short.
Italian.
that's an Italian bomb sniffing midget at Rome's airport.
It's a short swim across the Mediterranean. We're all family.
What are
All
they
right.
trying to say about me?
But
No.
these people are idiots. An American family shows their unexploded bomb to a security person. A family member removed the shell from a backpack and asked the security agent whether it could be placed inside a suitcase at the airport. The official ordered the surrounding area to be evacuated. Another passenger misunderstood and began shouting, "Terrorist shooting!" So someone starts yelling, "Terrorist shooting." There are people on the floor. There are people under tables. There are people under like the security conveyor belt setup.
All right. This is part of the reason why the rest of the world hates Americans.
I mean, you got to see this. You've got to see what this shell. It's a huge shell. It looks like it's over a foot long.
What a cool find, though. You're
You
hiking.
can't bring a bomb on an airplane that you found while in Israel because it was some unexploded ordnance. You can't do it.
They obviously didn't know it was unexploded. They thought it was like found a big bullet.
I would have just arrested them.
A 32-year-old man identified as Yuri injured himself during the panic. He was taken to the hospital. He said, "I was at the airport waiting for an hour in line until I got to the check-in counter, and suddenly a radius of 5 meters, people started running away, left baggage. The fear was that someone is spraying bullets. I understood that I, too, have to escape, so I ran toward the check-in. I stumbled on a conveyor belt and flew a distance of 6 meters. So wait a minute. The guy is running so hard, he trips and then flies 6 meters is what?
18
like
to 20
18
feet.
feet,
Yeah.
20 feet or so.
18 to 20 feet,
Oh
somewhere
my
in that range.
God. What?
Wow. That's a long way to fly.
Yeah, the tourist told officials that one of the kids found the unexploded shell during a sightseeing tour of the Golan Heights, which, of course, Israel captured from Syria back in 1967. That was what, the 6-Day War, if I'm not mistaken.
And this was the bullet that would have won it for the other side. And if it only would have exploded.
Yeah, the family was unaware of the danger of the unexploded ordnance. Yeah, let's bring it on a flight back to New York.
All right. Obviously, this family was unaware of the danger. They're showing it to the gate agent. Hey, can we put this in our
Listen,
check?
no.
Carry this on?"
Obviously, this family, they're morons. You can't. Who would have? In Israel, where the security is outrageously tight, who the hell thinks they're going to be able to bring an unexploded artillery shell, looks like a bomb, through security?
Obviously, a person who doesn't know the danger of it and thinks it's completely fine.
I think when you start to fill out your customs forms, something should jog your thought process like, ooh, this might not pass through.
Listen, this is just insanity. All right, and guess what? That is just the scratching of the surface of the morons in the news. Hey, did you see the local bartender doing the dance? Did you see that during a DUI stop? Did you see this? Hang on a minute. We'll get to that next. Hang on. Early morons in the news shall continue in just a moment. You don't want to miss this crap here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Let me tell you what y'all... where the time is exactly 7 o'clock. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the broadcast. MJ here with Froggy and Fester and Coop and Roxanne, the whole gang. Roxanne, I'm glad you made it back. So what, your commercial flight was canceled, or your commercial flight was going to be late? You were what? You were at some big COVID spreading party in the Bahamas?
Yeah,
Is that it?
I was sending you all kinds of pictures and videos because I wanted you to see the COVID spreading that was happening. No, it wasn't a COVID
Did you
spreader.
send the picture? Did you send the picture of Joey Fatone?
I didn't mean to, but yeah, he was in the background.
Was that him?
He was the auctioneer. Well, he was like a co-MC.
That's awesome.
And he did an awesome job. He was so nice.
All right,
And
folks.
Nobody says nothing bad about the fat one.
no.
By the way, Joey Fatone is a very nice guy. But Joey Fatone, if you break down his name, it is Joey Fat One.
Well, he has a restaurant.
But that was sort of true because he was
The fat one.
in his. Now he was which band was he?
In sync.
He was
in
in
sync.
Color
Did
Me
he tell
Bad?
you? Did he tell you that it was going to be May?
Oh,
It's gonna be May.
No, but you know
It's
what?
gonna be May.
They played that song out at the pool. Bye bye bye, and he was talking to someone, and then he got up and like pulled one of the girls and started doing the whole dance routine.
Oh,
and stuff.
what an attention hog.
Hold on a sec. All right. Now, by the way, I apologize. I do get some of my boy band members confused between Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I do apologize. Now, why? Before I get back to early morons in the news, and we got a big chunk to get to. Why were you in the Bahamas over the weekend?
So this is the Turn 2 celebrity golf event.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
the turn
turn 2. It's turning away from drugs and alcohol. It's giving kids inspiration to do things for education, and it's a really great foundation.
You can't have it in the U.S. It's got to be in the Bahamas.
No, it's been in the United States for 5 years. Well, it was off for 2 years because of COVID. It was in Vegas for 5 years prior to that, and then it was in Tampa for years.
So wait a minute. The kids were all messed up on drugs during the 2 years the golf tournament wasn't around?
I know that when I was on meth, I always felt better knowing that millionaires and billionaires was playing golf in the Bahamas. Always made me feel better.
They raise a lot of money,
Yes.
like over $1 million.
Who invited you to this thing in the Bahamas?
Well, this is Doug's big event. This is what he's a part of. So he puts this on because it's his golf expertise. So he runs all the golf side of it.
You hit ball
Wait,
go there.
wait.
Yes.
I thought he built houses.
He does, but he's been doing this with Derek for 20 years.
All right, so he builds houses and he puts on golf tournaments.
Just
for
this
him.
one. Just this one.
Okay, all right.
And
So,
what kind of celebrities are we talking here?
I brought the list.
yeah, give me the
Eugene
list.
from
I
Greece?
want to know what celebrities were you hanging out with in. By the way, which part of the Bahamas were you in?
It was Baha Mar.
Where the hell's that?
That is it's
that-
like 20 minutes from the airport.
Is that Nassau, Freeport? Where is it? Which
It's
island?
Nassau.
It is
JJ
Nassau.
Walker there.
Yes.
Dynamite!
This golf tournament is dynamite.
Dynamite!
I mean, if we're going to talk about real celebs.
Real stars.
Was Justin Guarini
Do
there?
you have all of the J.J. Walker sounds from the commercial that's running now for like Medicare? We pulled a whole.
Let me see.
Remember,
Yeah.
we pulled a whole bunch of those things.
Because he refused to do the dynamite unless he's getting paid. Smart.
Yeah,
It's free.
It's free.
Dynamite.
J.J. He wasn't there.
No.
This.
No, they didn't have
No,
celebrities
they
at that.
had real stars. They had washed up boy band people there.
How many things do you have?
I think that was the 3, and then of course we have the.
Hi, I'm
Oh wait,
Jimmy
that's
JJ.
that's the full Medicare commercial.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Please.
Boom.
Oh, there's
yeah,
one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but let me hear that one. Let me hear that one again.
Boom.
That's when he gets a hole in one.
Boom! Let me hear the other ones again.
And get this. Dynamite.
Thank you.
Call now.
Okay.
It's free.
That's enough, Jimmy
All
Walker.
right, he wasn't even there.
All right, so I want to hear the celebrity list of who was at this golf tournament to keep kids off of meth and crack
Okay, so I'm
in,
just
in
gonna
the Bahamas over the weekend.
I'm gonna throw
Lawrence
out
Taylor.
some. No, but we'll start with a giant.
Which
Tiki
brings
Barber.
me to my next point.
Okay. Would you let-
Children don't do crack.
All right. Can the two of you let Roxanne read her
Well, yeah,
list of
yes,
celebrities?
I'm the one that asked for the damn list.
Please.
All right, let me hear the list of celebrities.
I'm just gonna throw out some. Okay, Anthony Anderson. You know him. He's the actor from Blackish.
Oh
He
yeah,
was really
yeah.
nice.
Yep.
Oh,
Cal-
yeah, he's famous.
Calvin Johnson.
Who's that?
I love his jeans.
Wide receiver for he's like
He's
I have no
really
idea who the hell
He's
he
a
is.
wide
retired.
receiver.
All right,
He
next.
played for the Lions. He's a great wide
CJ,
receiver.
yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Never
Yeah,
heard of him.
Super nice.
Yeah,
Are
I know
these
who he
all
is.
sports people?
Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. He's one of the best hockey players of all time.
He is
No.
so good.
Not one of.
King of Highlight.
Not one of. The best.
Ken Griffey Jr. the best hockey player of all time.
I'm not even going to read this list to you guys.
No,
I'm not going to be
go.
so unimpressed because it's all sports
No,
people.
go,
so
go.
you don't.
Well, no, Joey Fatone was there from
Oh,
NSYNC.
Speaking of which, Chris Kirkpatrick.
The other fat one?
Oh, who the hell's that?
Wasn't he in
Yeah,
NSYNC as
he's-
well?
he's the second fat
People
guy.
love him too.
Oh, he was-
fun.
Oh, he was on Celebrity Big Brother.
Yes.
I don't even remember that guy. That Chris Kirkpatrick was
Chris-
he was in NSYNC.
He was actually the founder of NSYNC, and
He's
like,
the one that nobody knows.
He's one of the lesser known members. Everybody besides Justin Timberlake and now Joey Fatone, nobody knows.
All right,
Let's
who
get that
else?
straight.
Who else was there?
Okay, Pudge Rodriguez.
Who?
Andrew Pudge Rodriguez.
Who the hell's Pudge?
How do you not know these
What a
people?
great
Who,
name.
who is Pudge?
All right, MJ. So apparently, just by the few names she's read, a lot of really good baseball players from the 90s were there.
Was Dale Murphy
Yes.
there?
Was Dale Murphy there?
No.
Dale Murphy there? Dale Murphy doesn't waste his time going to this crap event.
Pudge Rodriguez.
Stop it. This is like the most amazing event ever.
All right, Dale Murphy was my absolute favorite ball player growing up. 'Cause
Mookie Blaylock there?
here in Florida, you only got, Braves games on TBS.
Yeah, so that's all we could watch.
What about Skiff Crackmore? Was he there?
What about
No.
Raleigh Fingers? What about that one midget that played in the 20s?
He was there. He
One
was
guy.
there.
What
Yeah.
about
He was there.
Remember that famous picture from Guinness Book of World Records?
Yeah,
He's up to bat.
Yeah, they had his head in a jar. They rolled him in.
was Babe Ruth
All right,
there?
who else
Yeah.
was there?
Let's see. Okay, Andrew Jones. I said him. Jorge Posada.
Okay.
John
Yeah.
Starks.
Okay.
Ooh, I love John Starks.
Okay.
And then the funny thing is Tiki Barber and I don't see him on the list, but another
Barber?
Eddie George. Eddie George, is that right? Yeah. But like two.
Who the hell's Eddie George?
Eddie George is a running back that won the Heisman Trophy that plays golf in the Bahamas now to raise money for kids on drugs.
All right,
That's
well,
good.
Thank you very much.
Look,
That's a pretty good list, I'd say.
yeah.
This
But
is-
the funny thing is like and okay, I'm just gonna have a one-on-one conversation on this side of the table because
Hold on.
you don't know sports.
You're
MJ?
excluding me? You're writing me out?
All right, so MJ, I'm looking at her list of people, and there's a lot of very good former ball players here who have nothing better to do.
Right.
but
Okay, you
play
know what's
golf.
really interesting, Fester?
was anyone there that like doped up? Was anyone there that was the part of the big
No,
doping scandal?
Absolutely not. No, you have to be.
Was Jose Canseco
No.
there?
Yeah, was Jose there? That's a party,
Was-
bro.
How about Barry Bonds?
Neither.
Sammy Sosa's here.
Yeah.
Where's my tea?
Speaking about folks that are taking all kinds of,
If Mark McGuire were there.
allegedly performance-enhancing drugs, that'd be a great theme.
Not allegedly, for Mark.
McGuire could have hit the ball 2 miles off the golf tee. It would have been amazing.
All right, so you're
Oh, Pitbull was there too. No, he didn't golf, but he performed.
Mr.
Now we're talking.
Worldwide?
Yes.
Mr. 308.
Mr. 305.
That's the video I sent you guys.
Mr. what?
Mr. 308?
That's
305.
not 308.
Oh, what is that? Tyler,
I
Texas?
don't
Sorry.
think the area code of Miami is 305.
Sorry.
Hey, Fester, where's area code 308?
308 area
Was
code.
that West Virginia or something?
It is Western Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Nebraska? Mr. 308.
Mr. Nebraska.
I
Did
didn't
he stay
realize
at
he-
the? Did he stay at the hotel, the motel, or the Holiday
No,
Inn?
but listen, I was so drunk when I texted you guys. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
recorded this whole thing to send you since you play this, and I wasn't hitting record, so I couldn't send it to you.
So,
But that was my favorite song when Pitbull
Okay.
did Hotel Motel Holiday Inn.
Oh, he performed. Awesome.
Yes, and he's also a motivational speaker. I did not realize that. Did you know
I
that?
didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
Did you realize he stuffs his pants to make it look like he's bigger?
no, he doesn't. It's all Pitbull.
Well, hang on a minute. How do you know,
Oh, that's
Froggy?
well known.
Froggy,
Look
how
at
do
a
you
picture
know?
of it.
How do you know that Pitbull stuffs his pants?
He wears type in
are you-
Pitbull's crotch on there and you'll see it.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
He wears tight pants and he puts like a,
A salami?
I don't know. It's a
It's like he goes to Sam's
A
Club.
Slim Jim?
ballpark Frank in there or
He goes to
something.
Sam's Club and gets the hot dog there, and he just slaps it right on him.
He
It's
puts
very well known that you stuff your trousers, Mr. 205. What is it? 205?
305.
What's 205?
205.
All right, there's a whole article here that was one. We need to talk about Pitbull's tight white pants, and there's photographs of whoa.
Okay,
Hold on.
that's
All
ridiculous.
right, maybe Froggy's right.
Come on.
Whoa, Mr. Worldwide.
Look at that.
That's
Well,
I don't
he
know.
kind of in that photo, he looks like he's like flexing his hips
I
forward.
don't know.
He looks like he has tube socks from the 80s
All
in
right,
there.
now, Roxanne, thanks for your celebrity list. Now, what was the deal with your plane flight? Because didn't you send me some email?
Oh, yeah,
Our plane's delayed till 10 p.m. I hope I get home tonight.
Yeah, so our flight had mechanical issues, so we didn't get home until
What
a little bit later,
airline?
but
What airline were we supposed to be on?
it was American.
So you had a flight from the Bahamas
Yes.
to Tampa?
Yes. No. Yeah, a connecting flight.
Where were connecting through Miami?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, it's terrible.
You got to fly Miami?
It's terrible. Yeah,
So-
it's the worst.
So Bahamas to Miami and then Miami to Tampa?
Yeah, some people do Bahamas to Orlando.
Right.
And then you have that drive home from Orlando to
Right.
Tampa.
I-
I think that's Silver Airways.
All
if
right,
I'm not mistaken. I
explain
do
what
that.
happened. So your flight was pushed back because of mechanical problems.
Right. And then
And
so
it was going to be like 10 o'clock. Didn't you email me like
I
at
did.
3 o'clock in the afternoon?
I did. And I was like, because I was supposed to get out of there like 6-ish. And then I said, we're going to be delayed. We weren't even supposed to leave till 10, but then it got bumped up a little bit. So I ended up landing. And by the time I got home in Tampa, it was just after 10:30.
But you did not fly on American.
No,
Which I Bahamas Air? or
Well,
something?
hang on a minute. Roxanne's like, yeah, we.
I didn't know. I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
what-
Aer Lingus,
Did you
my favorite.
Did you comment you were a private jet from the Bahamas?
Yes.
So whose private jet were you on?
I was-
Whoa.
It was one of Doug's friends.
Jake Paul?
Friends. Yeah. So we
Did you fly
Came back.
right to Tampa?
no. So we had to go through Opelika because
Ugh, what's the point of being on a private jet if
I
you have
know.
to layover?
I know,
Opelika.
right?
Wait a minute. So
Yeah.
how'd you get back to Tampa?
on the jet from the Bahamas to Opelika to Tampa.
So you
but you
s-
had it because
you stopped at Opelika because some of the hoity-toity private jetsters had to get off at Opelika.
no, because this is an important thing for people who fly private
Oh,
to
customs?
know. Tampa shuts down customs; they won't stay open for you,
Oh,
and so you have to
you
go
had to
through
clear customs in Opelika.
right.
Where the hell is Opelika? That
It's,
sounds
By a
it's just
babka?
it's in Miami. It's just the little adjunct.
It's not far from Hialeah, if you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, it's not far from. So you had to land in Opelika and clear customs.
right.
And did they toss the plane? They bring dogs on board?
No, they were cool. Yeah, we just got off, showed the passports,
Whose
and got back
plane
on.
was it?
How did you get on this private jet?
To
If
cost
you
you
were
6
supposed to
times?
be on American Airlines in steerage, how do you go from that and a mechanical delay that you're going to
Well,
get home? How do you get from that to
that's-
getting on a private jet?
That's the thing is like I didn't want to get home and not be able to see my kids,
All
and
right, so this
I
jet,
said let's get on this
oh,
plane.
Hold on a minute.
What?
Okay, yeah.
How do you do
All right,
that?
All right, so this jet was going anyway, and there
Yes,
was space
there was
available.
space, exactly.
So
The
the
you
plane.
said, excuse me, can I get on this thing?
Pardon me. Excuse me.
Wait a
pardon me.
minute. So this plane was headed to Tampa anyway,
yes, precisely.
Okay.
and there just happened to be 2 seats for
We
you
got on
and
the
Doug
plane.
to get on.
Yep, mhm.
Wait a minute.
Well, the Opelika to Tampa leg wasn't the busy leg, right? Or did everybody come back?
No,
to
no,
Tampa?
no. Everybody on that flight was back to Tampa.
But customs was in Opelika.
Yes.
So how much did you have to pay for the plane? Did you have to like pay for you and Doug to fly on the plane, or did
Yeah.
you guys freeload it?
No. We paid. We paid. Yeah.
How much did you have to pay? I mean, your American Airlines tickets were probably $250 each.
Yeah, it's not as much as you think.
Yeah, well, how
If
much
you're-
was it? How much do you have to pay to get
I
on a
think
private
he's
jet
Probably gonna throw in like $2,500.
each?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
You guys just dropped $5,000 to get back to get 2 seats
Well,
on this
no,
private jet.
Listen,
Whoa.
I wouldn't have made it to the show. I wouldn't have made it to,
oh
to
my
work.
God! Yes, for $5,000 we could have given you a day pass. You know. Well, how about you just
I'd
give
pay
Froggy and I
$5,000
a
to stay home.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, what kind of? Oh, you showed me the picture.
It was a Honda.
It was a little Honda business jet or
yeah,
something.
little business jet.
Man, that's pretty cramped in there, isn't it? I mean, you can't
fine.
stand. You can't stand up in that plane.
I didn't even know
It was fine. It was. I liked it.
You got to be all hunched over though. That's a small plane.
No, I wasn't hunched over.
I didn't even know this was an option. I had no idea.
Well, it's not an option to everybody. I mean, you have to know somebody who has the plane, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And you just got lucky that there
I just
were
got lucky.
2 seats that were
Yep.
available.
Yes,
Whose plane was it though?
it was the guy who was down there in the tournament.
Who's
Who
that?
was coming back
Oh,
to
okay.
Tampa.
Who
Okay.
is it a big name?
No, nobody you would know, but great guy. Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
yeah. No, nobody you would know.
So that's a
Ro-
jet. We have to know.
Roxanne goes to the Opelika Airport in the middle of Miami, not to be confused with Opelika, Alabama, where I once got into a fight at Sneakers Bar, which was attached to the Holiday Inn.
Why would
Okay.
you?
Why would you be in that part of Alabama and get into a fight at a bar?
I went to a college football game at Auburn University,
Yeah.
not too far from Opelika.
Yeah.
And I walk into this bar. I'm like, "Hey y'all, how y'all doing?"
Oh,
and my friend's
so
like,
annoying.
"Shut up, just shut up." And before you know it, I'm throwing hands in the Sneakers parking lot. I wonder if Sneakers is still open in Opelika.
All right, so Roxanne and Doug out $5,000 after getting on a private
I
jet.
don't know. I don't know. I
Wow.
have to see. I'll
Glad
I'll
you have that
confirm
kind
that
of-
number with you tomorrow, and I'll bring my bank statements
Glad
too,
you
so
got-
we can audit those. and
Glad
talk
you
about
get.
that.
I'm glad you have that kind of money to toss around. I got kids starving in Bangladesh, and
Well,
you're flying on a little private jet.
Yes.
Do you know how many kids you could have fed for $5,000 to
Well,
get
do
on
you
your
know how
little?
much I
Yeah.
destroyed the environment as well?
Tell me more, Mister. I lived on a liveaboard in the Red Sea about feeding hungry kids. Yes, tell me more.
Ooh, good point.
Hey, I get it. I
Good
gave a
point.
couple of kids dollar bills in Egypt. All right, they were thrilled.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
They thought I just bought them a car. Just handing out $1 bills. So, all right, let me continue with the early morons in the news. Speaking of money, man, this is crazy. Did you get the image of the ATM that's yanked out of the ground and bashed to bits? Do you have that?
I'm going to need more details because this happens quite frequently, apparently.
All right,
But I'll put it up whenever, I know more.
NJ.com. It's NewJersey.com. ATM yanked from bank, leaving thousands in cash in the parking lot. So they made away with a ton of money, but they also left a lot of money. I think they left about $40,000, and they got away with like $40,000. This was at a Chase. The ATM was trashed in South Brunswick. Cops think this was a whole professional like squad because they were in and out so freaking fast, it'll make your head spin. So cops in New Jersey looking for suspects in the theft of an ATM from a Chase in Middlesex County, New Jersey. Tens of thousands of dollars in cash inside the machine. It was yanked out of the ground. You know, when you go through the drive-thrus, you know, you have some banks, you get the drive-thru area, you pull right next to the building, you've got the window where they put the drawer out.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you have a lane or two that has that pneumatic tube where you put your crap inside that clear, acrylic tube, and you put it in and the vacuum device sucks it in.
Almost all of us have been to banks. Yes.
And then you also have a lane sometimes at banks where one of the lanes is an ATM. Sometimes it's like the outside lane.
Right.
It's an ATM. Well, these crooks, they hooked up a vehicle. They think the vehicle that they hooked the ATM was also a stolen vehicle. So they put like a chain around the ATM, and then they have it tied to the vehicle. They yank the ATM right out of the ground.
Got so many questions.
And-
What kind of vehicle can do this to an ATM that easily, it looks like?
It is insane. So cops are looking for the suspects. The ATM was yanked from the bank grounds. While the thieves drove off with most of the cash, thousands more was left scattered all over the parking lot at the bank. And then the cops show up. They had to end up picking up the cash and then to give it back to Chase. But they got away with an estimated, they think they got away with $40,000, and they think they left another $40,000 on the premises. Now, this is what's interesting. The cops were there within 3 minutes, and they were gone already. Boom. The police report says that the thieves used a stolen car, most likely, and chains to yank the machine from the moorings. They said they were in and out in less than 90 seconds. The cops, 3 minutes to arrive. That is a pretty damn good response time.
Yeah.
And the cops get there in 3 minutes, and they're gone 90 seconds or less. They yanked the whole machine out, and obviously they had a little stopwatch going. They knew how quickly they needed to be in and out. That's why they left so much cash. They weren't greedy. So they grabbed what they could, and they left the rest because they knew that every second they remained there past what they obviously deemed to be a little safe zone, they knew it increased their chances of getting pinched.
They completely leveled this entire ATM off of its foundation.
Oh, they look at the ATM is like 40 feet. It's on the curb into like a flower bed area. They yank this thing. You can even see there's like concrete parts busted. The machine looks like it looks like a bomb went off in the machine. This ATM is just trash beyond belief.
Isn't the cash compartment of the ATM secured? I mean, even if you rip the machine off of its foundation, wouldn't it be hard to get to the loot?
You know what? I'm not an expert on the innards of ATMs.
I saw there's a YouTube video of a guy who bought a ATM at an auction,
Right.
And it took him and his friends forever to open it.
Really?
There was a bunch of cash in it.
They bought what? They bought an old ATM?
Yeah, you
it
probably
was-
bring it up on YouTube. But inside the thing is like a box.
Whoa. Wait a minute. How would an ATM make it to auction with money still in it?
I don't know. Watch the video. They explain it.
Whoever yanked the ATM out and retired it and it ends up at an auction, why wouldn't they open the machine up and take the money out before you sell it? And there was money in the ATM?
I mean, maybe it was a business liquidation where they have like one of those standalone ATMs.
Well,
and-
you got those little crappy ones
Yeah.
you can buy. You go into like Wally's Pizza and Subworld, and they got a little chintzy little ATM machine in the corner. Which I'm not sticking my card in those. I'm not sticking anything in that thing.
Listen,
All
Wally's goes out of business, doesn't pay the rent. They have a liquidation sale. You can buy the ATM for $200. They don't know if anything's in it.
We've got friends that own a hair salon, and there was a time where, like hair salons, they didn't want you to put the tip on the credit card. Remember that whole spiel? They still do that. You can't
vaguely.
put the tip on the credit. So these friends of ours who owned a hair salon, they bought one of those cheap ATMs for like $700. So customers that wanted to leave a tip could then take the money out of their. I'm only using like a real bank. I'm not using an ATM at a convenience store that's like in a corner. If I use an ATM, which is very infrequently anyway, I'm only going to use a real bank ATM. It's like in a wall of a bank.
How about strip club ATM?
No, I'm not using strip club ATMs.
What about the casino ATM?
Yeah.
Well,
I would trust
those are a little more secure if you're in a legitimate casino.
but they have like a $10 processing fee.
Hey, did you get the image of this ATM ripped out of the ground and all smashed?
Yeah, I found it. It's up on MJMorningshow.com.
You got to see what these crooks did to the ATM, and they made away with the tens of thousands in cash. The picture of the ATM is up at MJMorningshow.com. That's MJMorningshow.com. All right, I've got one more early moron in the news we'll get to. It is a local story. Hey, Coop, it's right in your neck of the woods. So hold on. We got a bartender, DUI, a dance. And we'll get to all that next and a whole lot more. We got a long chunk of the MJ Morning Show rolls in minutes. We go nonstop, folks, for an hour and 20 minutes with zero interruptions next here on the MJ Morning Show. It is the MJ Morning Show that you are listening to here on this Monday morning. MJ and the crew. I got Fester, I've got Froggy, I've got Roxanne, I've got Coop, our producer. In fact, Coop, you've got this Amanda Bynes audio.
Oh, this is so weird.
All right, we have celebrity stuff out the wazoo today. There's a whole slew of new Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. So we've got Amber Heard, Amanda Bynes. All right, now Amanda Bynes, what was her claim to fame? She was big in the 90s and the early 2000s. What was her big claim to fame?
I know.
She was like my generation's like.
She was on All That.
No, it was the Amanda Show.
Oh, she started on All That, dude. Don't try me. And then she went to the Amanda Show.
That was Nickelodeon, right?
Yes, alongside the brilliant Kenan Thompson.
All right, so
She's been in She's the Man.
all
That
right,
was 2006.
Hold on. You have a whole list?
I have a whole list.
All right,
I have her IMDb.
Hold on. Let
Oh,
me
God, that was a Chan movie.
hang on to your list there because I want to get to Amanda Bynes and this audio. Coop found this, and Coop sends me this last night. It's like, my God, you got to hear this audio. It's crazy.
She used to be so sexy.
Well, you ought to see. You won't even recognize Amanda Bynes today.
Yeah.
I saw her. She has like a face tat.
She does. She's got like a heart tattooed on her face now.
That's pretty popular.
Hang on. We're
these
going to
days.
deal with, what is that?
Somebody just called me. Sorry.
Can you turn your phone on vibrate?
Yeah.
I have a meeting. Should I go?
You have a meeting now?
No, I'm just kidding. No, Kim's out of town. She was just calling me.
It's an AA meeting, but it's just a meeting.
Why would your wife call you when we're
You know
already in
what?
the middle of our...
We're going to have a conversation about that.
About what?
Her calling in the middle of the show and ruining it.
Well, she ought to know when we're
He's not
talking.
ruining
I mean,
it. Just keep it on silent.
All right, go.
our talk schedule every morning is the same.
You
like-
can't not call me and not interrupt the show. All we do is talk.
I know.
At 7:30, we begin our long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. We go from 7:30 until 8:50 with zero interruptions.
Tina Turner just called last commercial break. Said they played my song. I go, no, not this time, Tina. Sorry.
Sorry, Tina.
Really?
Yeah,
Tina called?
maybe
Yeah.
maybe next time, Tina.
What's love got to do with it was a song we kicked?
Fest.
I love it.
What's the matter with you?
I love it.
You dummy. All right, so
Such a dummy.
a couple of things here. We have the DUI stop. We've got the bartender woman that's dancing around and doing like an Irish jig.
Ooh, river dance. I love that.
It essentially was a Florida woman right here in the Tampa Bay area, Mad Beach, baby. Florida woman suspected of drunk driving, did ballet dance and Irish folk dance moves. This is according to the police report. So in the police report, you might be drunk if during your traffic stop you break into ballet and Irish jigs.
Was she good?
Yeah, Irish jigs are one of those dances that you just can't try. You either know how to do it or you don't.
She's auditioning for Celtic women.
She was in the midst of a field sobriety test, and then she allegedly breaks into various types of dance. Very diverse, by the way. When you go from ballet
Any
to
jazz?
then Irish folk dance moves, that shows some pretty good diversity in the dance arts. I think we would all agree.
How about was she up in our toes and all that?
Amy Ann Harrington, 38 years old, was arrested on a DUI charge following a crash near her home in Mad Beach. For those that don't know the vernacular, that would be Madeira Beach.
Oh,
Gotta love Mad
Hold on,
Beach.
you didn't know that?
I did not. I've never heard Madeira Beach referred to as Mad Beach.
Get out of here. What?
Yeah, for real.
You grew up here? You've lived here your whole life?
I have. I
And
thought
you've never heard Madeira Beach called Mad Beach?
never. I mean, I've heard. Is there a bar called Mad Beach?
All right.
'Cause I think
Yeah,
I've
go
heard
to
it-
a bar in Mad Beach and you'll realize why it's called
All right,
Mad Beach.
Fester, have you heard Madeira Beach called Mad Beach?
I am one of the least successful graduates of Madeira Beach Middle School.
So he went to Mad School.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
You went to Madeira Beach Middle School.
Yes. My first house is right there on Seminole Boulevard, right by the split.
right
Look
by
at the-
Kim's first house.
Yeah.
We went to Mad School.
Yeah.
Wow.
Madeira Beach Middle School. Yeah. Kim lived in Seminole.
Fester. Madeira Beach
Mad Beach.
is known as Mad Beach.
That's right.
How, Roxanne, how did you grow up here? You've never heard Mad Beach from Madeira?
I just always thought. Now listen, I've heard the term Mad Beach. I didn't know they were referring to Madeira Beach.
She thought they were talking about all the pissed off people down in Pasadena.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Pasadena people. So
Everyone's
pissed.
mad.
Oh, that's like-
Everyone's angry. Everyone's like really pissed off. It's called Mad Beach.
Where's Happy Beach? I want to go there.
That's Indian Rocks.
Anyway, this Amy Ann Harrington, 38, was arrested on a DUI charge, crashed near her home in Madeira Beach, Mad Beach. And, during her roadside field sobriety test, that's when she apparently busted into dance on numerous occasions. She smelled of alcohol, had... There we go. She even started playing her own music.
Excuse me, man. Put down the fiddle.
So smelled of alcohol, slurred speech, unsteady on her feet, according to the police report. When asked to perform a one-leg stand and walk and turn tests, instead she broke out into her dance moves, according to the arrest affidavit. Yeah, she refused to take the breath test, was charged with a couple of misdemeanors, booked into the Pinellas County Jail. She did bond out late last week, $650 bond. Now, there's a nice picture. TheSmokingGun.com. They have a picture of her standing behind the bar where she works as a bartender. Very attractive, by the way. Amy Ann Harrington, very attractive looking woman. Yeah.
I want to see her mugshot. But I do have to say, the texters are lighting it up with never having heard of Mad Beach
BS.
either. There's so many of them. And these are people who I've lived here my whole life. I've never heard of that. So I'm not alone. I think this is something you guys have just made up right now.
Back in the
And you're punking
90s, we didn't just make it up. Back in the 90s, like 1994, 95, 96, the whole 90s and a good chunk of the early 2000s, almost every single weekend, I went scuba diving with a mom and pop little 6-pack scuba boat out of Madeira Beach. And they left them from that little Madeira Beach marina. It used to be a restaurant and a parking lot. We used to park there. There was an old little, it was big old like cruiser. It was a Sea Ray, and it was called the Kinda Sorta. And I would love to know whatever happened to Ed and Carolyn. If anybody knows what happened to Ed and Carolyn that ran the Kinda Sorta dive boat, I lost track of them. If anyone knows, I'd love to reconnect. Send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. mj@mjmorningshow.com. Whatever happened to Ed and Carolyn, who ran the Kinda Sorta dive boat out of Madeira Beach? Anyway, I did hundreds and hundreds of dives with them in the Gulf back in the 90s and the early 2000s. And it was always called Mad Beach. Always.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you say.
All right.
Yeah, by the way, we ought to maybe invite Amy Ann Harrington into the studio. Maybe she can, do her dance moves right in here. We'll shoot a video, and maybe she could also do a little, public service announcement about, not driving while you're suspected to be intoxicated.
I don't know if she's going to do that before her case is heard.
So refuse to take the breath test. Anyway, she works in St. Pete.
At one of the Irish pubs?
Well, I don't have the exact place, but it says she works at a St. Petersburg bar and grill, and she was also arrested for DUI in 2019 following a car crash.
So the photo that's on the Smoking Gun, she looks great.
Oh, she does. Listen.
She's decked out in Irish attire.
Yeah, and listen, if you know Amy Ann Harrington, can we get this picture up? I got to be honest, Amy Ann Harrington, you're very attractive. Stop driving allegedly intoxicated here. Stop.
She's a party girl.
I mean, 38 years old. She's very attractive.
She's 38, really?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like she looks like she's in great shape. Looks like she works out. She's got a short little skirt on.
All right.
I can't tell what bar she's at.
I can't.
I'm sure there are some bar experts that can look at the picture. Oh yeah, that's so and so bar.
McGinnigan's or something.
McGinnigan's.
I don't know, some
Begin.
McHooligans, something like that.
McHooligans. Anyway, Amy Ann Harrington. A couple of problems behind the wheel of the car.
Do we have video of the Irish jig? Isn't there a dash cam?
Yeah, I want to see
Couldn't we do
that.
a public records request?
Maybe we could if there was dash cam. Usually, when they do field sobriety tests,
There's dash cam.
they do it right in view of the camera because that could be submitted as evidence in a court of law.
I'll call the Public Information Office at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, good idea. Oh, by the way, one other story, and Coop, this is right in your neck of the woods. Intoxicated St. Pete woman found passed out with kid in the vehicle. Guess where this happened, Coop?
Well, if it's in my neck of the woods, I gotta say Largo.
That would be correct.
Good job.
Largo is the correct answer. Yeah, this happened late last week. Woman found passed out, child in the vehicle. It was running. Alea Kathleen Douglas, 21, was intoxicated when she was found unconscious with a 4-year-old in the driver's seat. My God. Wait a minute. So she's 21 and with a 4-year-old? What, she got pregnant at 16 probably?
So who was
Had
in
the baby at 17?
Sounds about right. So she was in the driver's seat or her daughter was in the driver's seat?
I think they might have both been in the driver's seat. She was found unconscious with the 4-year-old with her in the driver's seat. So it sounds like the 4-year-old was with her in the driver's seat. She's passed out unconscious. Mommy, wake up. Mommy.
Shut up. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, witness said the child had been pressing the gas pedal.
Oh, no.
So there's a car going. So the car was in park and the kid is pressing the gas pedal, revving the engine?
I want to go home, Mommy.
I can just picture that.
That's not going to go good.
Yeah, police said multiple calls were made about the passed out woman and the child and the revving car. Whoa, this is crazy. One of the 911 calls actually came from the 4-year-old. The 4-year-old knew how to pick up mom's cell phone and call 911.
When do you teach your kid how to dial 911 in case of an emergency?
My God. Officers said there was a glass with a clear liquid and a lime that smelled of alcohol within reach of both the child and the passed out woman. According to another affidavit, Douglas became erratic and uncooperative with police once she was awakened, stumbling while walking. This is according to Channel 8's website. Police said that she also had a scent of alcohol on her breath. The affidavit also states that after being read her rights, she made some spontaneous statements like, "It's obvious I had several drinks." Told police that she knew she was intoxicated when asked to do a breath test. So she was charged with neglect of a child and DUI.
It's obvious I've had a few drinks, officer.
My God, I'd love to hear the 911 call from the 4-year-old. That's what I want to hear. Hold on, this is a great... Froggy can reenact this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 4-year-old.
A 4-year-old.
Hi, 911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, hey, what's up? My name is Ed.
Wait, I said 4-year-old.
Not 44.
My mom's drunk, and I'm mature for 4. I'm
Hey,
mature.
no, it's a 4-year-old girl.
Oh, okay. Do it again.
All right, here we go. Here we go. 911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, hi, this is Rebecca. My mom is drunk. I don't know what to do. I'm 4. And, she's just sort of kicking back some booze over here. So.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. Did you say you're 44?
I'm 4. 4.
But Rebecca also has been getting secondhand smoke. That's why her voice is so deep.
Well, I smoke myself.
Oh.
So.
All right, speaking of kids, Roxanne,
Yes.
you sent me a story last night, which this is a great segue from a 4-year-old to, well, kind of in that range and a little bit older. Now, this is very interesting that you sent me the story last night. Go ahead and intro the story.
So this is a question that a lot of parents ask. When should we start letting our children do sleepovers? And this mom went on the internet and she went on TikTok, of course, and she's a divorced mom, and she shares this video and says, "I will not allow my boys," she has 2 boys, to do sleepovers, period. And she's like, "I don't want them to go to other families' houses and do something to get themselves in trouble or get themselves hurt." So she just says someone says to her, "Can your kids sleep over?" And her answer is, "We do not do sleepovers.
Ever?
Never."
But when they're like, 14.
Now, this is interesting. Now, did she mention how old her daughter was or is right now?
She's just got boys. And
all right,
okay. Well, I mean, her boys are young. They're actually 2 and 5.
Gotcha.
That's a little young for a sleepover.
Well, the
Yeah.
5-year-old, maybe is getting into that sleepover age.
Right.
But I think this is, I don't know if it's in perpetuity until, like Froggy said, are they 16 and they're not allowed to? Probably they're allowed to by then.
Michelle and I, we did allow the kids to go to sleepovers, but I don't think the kids did sleepovers until they were like 7 or 8 years old. That would be my recollection.
No, my kid's 10 and hasn't had a sleepover.
Yeah, are sleepovers still a thing?
And I interview the parents, by the way.
I mean,
Oh,
I asked
Hold on. You said that your kids haven't slept over, so why are you interviewing parents? if
Well,
you're-
They're getting
he's,
no's.
he's had opportunities, but
oh, okay.
I heard I had a guy who
wait,
had
wait, so-
guns laying around the house.
Wait a minute.
He had a gun underneath the dresser.
Wait a minute. So you interviewed parents, and then you decided that your kid's not going to be sleeping over?
Yeah, I asked him. I go, first number one question: do you have weapons about the house? And they go,
Oh, yeah, I got guns lying all over the place.
yeah, exactly.
I got guns under the couch. I got guns under the fridge.
That's what they said.
I got guns in the bread
he had a
box.
gun on. He goes, I got one right here.
I got a cookie jar. The guns in the cookie jar.
And ever since then,
In my kids' room, I got guns all over under their beds.
yeah, buddy.
for real. That's what he said. He said he had them and I go, what about if your kid? And he goes, my kid's too small. They won't even be able to pick it up.
I got Desert Eagle.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Really?
Yeah, I promise you.
Well, this is an interesting little subject here, Roxanne. Let me tell you why.
okay.
Because again, to the best of my recollection, Chloe's our older child. Chloe is 3 years older than Julian, and I think Chloe might have done her first sleepover, I think like 7 or so, and then Julian, also, slept over a couple times at friends' houses. I think about the same age. But let me tell you about my house. How many sleepovers do you think that we had at my house?
As a kid growing up?
Well, you don't allow
no, for your kids.
As an adult, me, MJ, Todd Schmidt.
Hold on.
How many sleepovers do you think we had at our house?
All right, that's a trick question. Because part of me says you're such a hermit that you had none.
I'm such a hermit.
But the other side of me says that Michelle was like the den mother or den leader of the Girl Scouts,
well,
right?
the Dens would be the Boy Scouts or the Cub Scouts. Michelle was a
House den mother?
Michelle was she was a brownie leader and then a Girl Scout leader. Michelle started her very own, I can't remember what number it was, but Michelle started her very own South Tampa little
Chapter.
brownie and Girl Scout troop. Yeah.
So being the founder of a troop,
Yep.
that might led me to think you had like a dozen of them. So somewhere between 0 and a dozen.
I guarantee you had none.
I'm going to go with 0.
Fester, you are wrong. Froggy, you said it first. 0 is correct. Roxanne, agreeing is correct. We had 0.
I said 0 and a dozen. So
we had
So that's 6. when
we
you
had
average them.
0 sleepovers at my house. Do you want to know why?
Oh, why deal with the consequences?
Because you have guns.
What?
no,
He
it's
has safes in his.
yeah.
Listen, my kids growing up never saw anything, and everything was always locked up. Never did they see it. They didn't even know that I had stuff.
Yeah, well, there's people
Right.
that aren't
Right.
like that.
No. The reason why we had no sleepovers is I just didn't want to potentially expose myself.
God.
Well, that doesn't.
Whoa,
That doesn't.
That's a wonderful
good- that's
reason.
good.
That doesn't
That's
sound. That didn't sound good.
That's the best reason ever.
Coop is
Oh my God.
Coop is laughing. That didn't come out
Yeah,
right.
that
right,
didn't roll off the tongue
all right,
as
that-
easy as you
all
thought in your head.
All right. I didn't want to open up the door to any problems.
Germs.
No, it's not germs.
No, just anything.
That's a good point. Having a bunch of like germed up kids all breathing all over my house. No, the reason why we didn't have sleepovers, I thought really for liability issues. My line of work being a well-known media personality, and I just didn't want to potentially have any issue whatsoever. I just didn't want to, expose ourselves legally to anything, a kid getting hurt.
Girl
Just-
falls off, splits her head at
Yeah.
Todd Schnitt's house.
Anything. But even any kind of, these days, any accusations, any, and I think Michelle is the one that decided this. Hold on. You know what? Hang on a minute. Let me see if she's awake. Let me get Michelle on the line. Because I think that she had pointed out that,
The lawyer in her.
listen, I don't.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
You're answering the phone frantically.
Because the phone is shoved under the bed again. I have to reach under the bed
All right.
before this stops ringing.
Can you pull the bed out from under your bed? The phone?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Michelle, are you listening right now?
I am.
All right. Now, wasn't it you that said you didn't think it was a good idea for sleepovers at our house? And did you cite some example, or did you know of something?
No. I spoke with another former prosecutor who, we would have these conversations, and we kind of just agreed. But you're wrong, though. We did have a few sleepovers.
I don't recall that.
Well,
There goes your theory.
Chloe had one.
Chloe had one. I don't remember
Your
that.
theory's been blown out of the water, sir.
I thought we had zero.
It was Caitlin Delgado.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. So one kid does a sleepover. When you say a sleepover, MJ, I think of like inviting 15 kids over.
Yeah, that's
or
what
10
I
kids.
think of.
Yeah,
you have a whole bunch. Yeah,
not a one-off or
yeah,
one friend.
Yeah, so Paul
Like the
Delgado's.
weatherman's kid.
Not only Fester was it.
I was bugging her for the 7-day forecast.
Say it again.
Say it again.
And they were personal
Hold on.
friends of the family.
Say it again, Michelle.
I said not only was it one sleepover for Chloe, it was one child, one friend.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts, Michelle. I mean, it's not like you're inviting every girl in her class for a sleepover where you don't know every kid really well.
Yeah, we never did that. You're right.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
I think I vaguely recall like Caitlin Delgado, Paul Delgado's daughter, sleeping over. What, when they were like 10 or 11 years? How old? Do you remember?
No, they were still wearing princess dresses.
Oh, geez, like
They
7
were
or
like
8, right?
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it. Why? So that was the only one ever, right?
That's the only one that I can recall was where she had a friend sleep over here. And then Julian did have a few slumber parties, but they were...
You know what? That's the term, Michelle. When I think of a sleepover, I think of a slumber party where they're having popcorn, they're watching a movie, they're all sleeping in the living room or something.
But all of those parents are like-minded, and so that was an easier sell. First of all, it was 2 families.
Did that happen once?
It happened twice, and actually I think it might have been after we had already moved, and so everything was out of the house, and that's why we were like, there was no more issue.
Gotcha. All right. Well, listen, I remember that we had conversations that we didn't think it was a good idea to have repetitive or large sleepovers at our house.
Because you lose track of kids. They could go anywhere. Anything could happen. I mean, So.
Lose a kid. What?
Liability-wise, also.
When you go to sleep, where do those kids go if they're not sleeping? They roam in the house.
But didn't we also discuss that? I thought this came up that what if an accusation was made or
right?
Yeah.
There's a whole Pandora's
Michelle,
box.
expand on that.
No, just anything, like anything, any kind of an accusation.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want that in my house. No, thank you.
I'm turning into a Michael Jackson sleepover situation.
Right. I mean, I just didn't want
Froggy,
any part of it.
What's the matter with you, Froggy?
Don't worry, I have an alarm set up.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
If anybody steps foot.
Michael Jackson, when he had the kids like allegedly sleeping in his bedroom, he had like an alarm that would go off if somebody came down the hallway. They tripped some kind of an alarm to let him know that somebody was approaching the Michael Jackson bedroom where like Macaulay Culkin was sleeping with him.
I don't think this mother on TikTok is thinking anywhere near Michael Jackson stuff, but
you never know.
you never know.
Plus, MJ didn't like to sleep with any pajamas on, so that was kind of hard.
You know what's so
The
crazy?
bare-chested guy.
I don't sleep naked, but I don't like pajamas. I just like a pair. I just like a pair of underwear and no shirt.
I like pajamas, pants. I even wear the pajamas hat.
What's wrong with you? I want.
Like Ebenezer Scrooge.
It gets too hot at night.
Oh, man.
I wear the button down.
I get dressed at 10 o'clock at night for what I'm going to wear the next day and just sleep dressed, roll out of bed, boom, head to work.
Or just
No.
wear what you wore that day.
Because you look all crumpled and rumpled every day.
Fester, that's what the kids used to do at school, like when they were younger.
I used to do
They'll
that.
just put their clothes on the night before, and then that way when
That's
they
what-
were too tired to get up to go to
Well,
school.
it's like
That's
with
what we
Fester.
do.
The old adage or the old saying, dude, what, did you sleep in your clothes?
Yes, I
and
did.
And then with Fester, that would be correct.
Yeah.
Yes, he did sleep in his clothes.
I slept in this shirt last night.
Oh, my. Yeah, I know. It's all
Slept in
crumpled.
these shorts.
It's all wrinkled.
I had my Crocs by the foot of the bed, put them on, ran out the door.
You don't shower in the morning? Ugh.
It's all
I
wrinkled.
showered on Thursday, Froggy. I'm fine.
Hey, Michelle, while I have you on the phone, I know that you are totally entranced and enthralled by the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp deal. Now, breaking news over the weekend,
Yes.
And we've got just some assorted audio that we just didn't get to because some of the stuff is just hysterical in this trial, this defamation trial, where Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for $50 million. First of all, do you think for a minute that Amber Heard has $50 million? There is no way in hell that Amanda Heard, even if she's found
Amber.
Oh, what did I say?
Amanda.
Oh, because we got to go
Amanda Bynes.
we got to go to Amanda Bynes next. All right, and we've got crazy audio from Amanda Bynes. This is nuts. But there is no way in hell that Amber Heard has $50 million. So I don't know.
She's already said she has financial difficulties. That's why she couldn't pay the ACLU the $3.5 million that she pledged.
Yeah, she pledged like $3+ million to the American Civil Liberties Union, and they're like collecting. They were like, "Hey, where's our money?" Oh, sorry, I don't have it.
Supposedly, according to Google, she has $8 million net worth.
Can you do that, Michelle? Can you just make a pledge to a fund and then never pay?
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
All right, I would like to donate $1 billion to the World Wildlife Fund. You know what I mean? Is that what that is? And, I'm sorry, guys. Here's $86.
Well, in her case, she pledged the money, but then there was also some involvement where they helped her write that op-ed. So they had a little bit more of a relationship, and then she became sort of their spokesperson on this topic. And so, there was a I don't know, like quid pro quo kind of, situation, I guess. And so they provided her with some services and some, support. And then she said, yes, and I'm going to give you $3.5 million, half of my divorce settlement. And then she never made good on the pledge.
Now, this came out over the weekend. Amber Heard fired her public relations team that she hired. And this is just days before she's set to testify in the trial. She fires her public relations firm, her PR firm. The name of the company was Precision Strategies, and she fired them because of allegedly all the horrible headlines that have been coming out about her. Like, listen, do you think for a minute the PR firm can control the headlines that make it onto the news websites or the gossip sites?
Well, they can, but they can't stop them.
Oh, no way. They can't control it. When your last name rhymes with turd, there's nothing, no PR company in the world can do anything about that.
Listen, the story. Go ahead.
Here's the biggest problem.
Yep.
Not the biggest problem, but apparently what happened was Johnny Depp wanted the open courtroom to have it, streamed, I guess.
On TV?
Right, from beginning to end, and her attorneys fought it, and he won. So that means that neither side could be selective about what was, divulged from the courtroom. So now it's just full stream ahead. Like everybody can see everything in real time as it's happening, and so she has no control over the dissemination of the information or how it's being characterized or anything. It is just flat out there. And so all last week was the case against her. And she has to understand that. Now, this week, I think she starts to testify, I think maybe today.
And of course, and that's the story. She fired her public relations firm ahead of her testifying. And for those that don't know, why is Johnny Depp suing Amanda Heard for $50 million?
Amber.
What did I say?
Well,
Amanda.
Okay, I'm
let's
sorry.
rename her to Amanda Turd.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, listen, I've got the Amanda Bynes story we got to get to.
You sure there's not another Amanda on your mind?
Really?
So Amber, Froggy, shut up. All right, so Amber Heard, she wrote an op-ed that ran in the Washington Post back about 4 years ago in 2018. And while she did not call out Johnny Depp by name, it was insinuated that she was a victim of domestic violence at the hand of Johnny Depp. So that's where this whole defamation thing stems from.
Well, you make that link because she filed for a restraining order against him showing up in the courtroom with a big bruise on her eye.
Right.
And so what are you supposed to think? Somebody else did that to her?
Did you hear also there was, a cafe that has two different tip jars, the Johnny Depp jar and the Amber Heard jar.
Yeah.
And they're trying to gauge the support. The Johnny Depp jar has many more tips in it than the Amber Heard jar.
I bet it does. You know what? You just said something that the fact that he is the one who wanted this to be on television or televised. That almost makes me wonder if he is really trying to be an actor. He's really acting throughout this trial.
I've seen bits and pieces where, it looks like he's using his acting skills on the stand. We've got some crazy audio. Michelle, hang on. Let me play a couple of sound bites here. And some of this is from last week, obviously. But, Coop, you've got the audio bites?
I do, yeah.
All right, what's the first one that you have?
Well, this is the only one I have, the mega pint.
Oh, yeah.
You want to see crazy? I'll show you crazy.
Oh, did you hear? Oh, and then they're talking about one of his bodyguard's penises. Did you see this?
Mega P.
All right, hang on a minute. All right, now what time is it? All right, let me do, before I play the audio bite, let me just give out the Money Machine word of the day here, or word of the hour. So this hour's word is daily. This hour's word is DAILY. That's daily. Text that nationwide to 45911 before quarter after. That would be 8:15 for a shot at $500 cash. Or if you enter it on the Q105 app, you could win an extra $10,000 here on Q105. Daily, DAILY. Nationwide text line is 45911. Text daily to 45911 right now. And good luck from the MJ Morning Show. Now, Coop, you've got
I have a couple, yeah. So I have the mega pint, where they're asking him about his drinking, and then there's another one. Is it at happy hour time?
Yeah. All right, let's do mega pint first.
Oh, these are good.
Listen to this audio bite from last week at the trial. Go.
You may have been drunk in that video, correct?
There's a possibility of that, yes, sir.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint?
Yeah.
I poured myself a large glass of wine.
Right.
I thought it necessary.
Right.
It's just awkward. It's like just his delivery, his demeanor.
I felt it was necessary.
Listen, he's doing if he's not guilty of this, absolutely you'd want to put it out on public display. It's not that he's being an actor, it's that he wants everybody to hear. He doesn't want anything to get convoluted.
He is so honest.
Warts and all. Let him see everything.
Do you hear the courtroom is laughing? Let me hear that audio bite one more time. Let me hear the mega pipe. They're laughing.
May have been drunk in that video, correct?
There's a possibility of that, yes, sir.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint?
Yeah.
I poured myself a large glass of wine.
Right.
I thought it necessary.
Right.
Mr. Rottenborn.
So I am not an expert on weights and measures.
Yeah.
However, a pint is just a pint. Isn't a mega pint called a quart?
Yeah, he had like a bottle. He had like that double bottle of wine that has like 2 bottles in it.
What's a mega pint? It's not even. I've never heard that term before.
I never heard of a mega pint either.
And then they after that part they went back and he talked. He called it a mega pint at some point.
Isn't it either a pint or not a pint? What is a mega pint?
It sounds like a new promotion at Applebee's or something. Try the new mega pint of beer, maybe.
Yeah, like a 24-ouncer of beer. Or
I
something.
love how he says, "I thought it necessary."
That's the clip when he was kicking in all the cabinets and he goes,
"You want to see crazy? I'll show you crazy." And
yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that bourbon, sure you stay with the Oreo shake.
Skip the Oreo shake. I'll take the mega pint at Applebee's.
So, Michelle, another crazy aspect of this, which I really didn't get an appreciation for until Thursday when I was actually I sat down and watched the trial for the first time live on Thursday after the show. And usually in domestic violence cases, the woman in the case has the sympathy of other women.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Here, there was all single women from ages 30 to 50 in the gallery behind Johnny, waiting and waving to him when he got up when court was dismissed, like at 3:30 or 5 in the afternoon, whenever it was. And I'm like, they're all on Johnny's side. So all these negative publicity things, all these things coming out about Amber, or negative toward Amber, she has no support in that courtroom either.
And you know what they yell when she as she's walking into the courtroom?
Turd.
No.
Turd.
No.
What?
Witch. Witch.
Seriously, the women there to support Johnny Depp are yelling "witch." It's like it's like a woman is walking up to the fire at
the Salem
in
witch
Salem.
trials?
Yeah, it's like witch. They're yelling "witch" and Amber.
what was that show when they had the bell of shame?
Oh, that was Game of Thrones, where they made the queen walk like all the stairs.
All naked.
Shame.
Oh, that's right. Shame. That's right.
Yeah.
So you're yelling witch at her. You have one other soundbite?
Yeah, and this is about happy hour. So here we go. I haven't heard this yet.
A lot of alcohol-related stuff
Oh, this
here.
is a good one, too. I heard this
All right,
one.
let me hear it. Go.
But the whiskey that's on the table was an average. Every day I would come home to her place and there would be a glass of whiskey waiting for me.
Yeah. And you would sometimes drink whiskey in the mornings too, right? During this time period.
Isn't happy hour any time?
He gets after it. How's that guy still alive? Have you done drugs? Yes. Every drug? Yes.
Isn't happy hour all the time?
Coop, were you able to find the audio from the bodyguard being questioned about his wang?
No, the only audio I could find so far was just horrible off of the TV audio, but I'll keep looking.
Yeah, see if you got some clean audio. Johnny Depp starts laughing when this is just bizarre stuff. From the doorman is doing a deposition while driving his car, and the guy's blowing vape smoke out of his nostrils like it's a steam engine. Like it's
like he's in one of those vape contests.
It's like the Hogwarts Express heading up to the school. And
get on board, Harry.
This doorman. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. He's sitting in his car and he's blowing smoke from his vape pen, and it's crazy. And then Johnny Depp was asked if he ever saw his bodyguard's wang. What?
Of course, it was a mega like my pint.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the purpose of asking that question to him? Why does that?
It's the other way around. This is the British guy. This was Johnny Depp's right-hand man. The guy.
I'm sorry.
So there was an allegation that Johnny went in public.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I said it backward. So the deal is that the bodyguard was asked if he ever saw Johnny Depp's wang. I'm sorry, I had it backward.
And this guy was pretty punchy with Mr. Rottenbottom. Is that his name, Froggy?
Mr. Rottenborn.
Rottenborn is the attorney for Amber Heard,
and this
right?
guy just busts out with, I think I'd remember if I'd seen Mr. Depp's penis, and the whole courtroom just busted, and Johnny had to put his hand over his face, laughing. And these guys are as close as family. He's worked for Johnny Depp for 30 years.
Man, he's got everybody wrapped around his finger. He's probably guilty of all of it.
Then the next guy that come up was like a driver bodyguard and told an amazing story of how Amber Heard threw his cell phone off like the 10th story of a hotel. And he tracked it down to Skid Row, right? Because he used to Find My Phone app.
And some vagrant picked up the phone that got chucked off. So the phone survived a 10-story fall?
So this...
My God, I've seen those videos online where they drop it from a ladder at 10 feet up. Not 10 stories
It must
up.
have landed on grass or in a bush, but some unhoused guy found the phone and took it with him to Skid Row. And this is all testimony from the last bodyguard / driver / assistant. And he's like, how did you get it back? He goes, I paid the man. He goes, how much did you pay him? And he busts out with, I paid him $420, 3 chicken tacos, 2 bags of Doritos, and 3 bottles of water. And he knew exactly what he gave the guy in exchange for Johnny Depp's phone.
There's a YouTube clip out there. I need to find it where someone's yelling at Amber. She's walking out of the courtroom. Why the F did you poop in the bed?
This from the turd in the bed, the bodyguard being asked if he ever saw Johnny Depp's wang.
There was a funny clip where somebody goes, what makes you say, where she was claiming it was the dog that did it?
Yeah.
And he goes, what kind of dogs do you? He goes, teacup chihuahuas. It's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, those would be like little raisinets.
So, Michelle, when is she scheduled to testify?
I think it's supposed to start today, her testimony.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
All right, now we got to move on. Michelle, I'll let you roll, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, sweetie. Go back. Go back to sleep. I'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
Bye. All right, now let me move from Amber Heard over to Amanda Bynes. Now, again, Rox, who's got the resume?
I have the resume.
Between you and Coop, Amanda Bynes, the Nickelodeon generation that Coop grew up on, right?
Oh, I grew up on the Amanda Show.
That's crazy.
I mean, I would say some references, but I don't think you guys would know them.
She's a wreck now, right? I mean, she's a total disaster.
So what a lot of people don't know is her and Britney Spears have something in common, and that's a conservatorship. So they've both had to deal with things from their parents that aren't really like talked about a whole lot, and that's kind of why she went down that rabbit hole, allegedly.
Hold on, stop for 1 second. One other thing regarding Amber Heard. Apparently, it's well over 2 million petitions now that have been signed to have Amber Heard drop from Aquaman 2. It could be actually, this could head toward one of the biggest petitions ever on petition.org or change.org. It's change.org. And at this point, they're hoping for 3 million signatures. And I believe I read that if they get like 3 million, that would be one of the biggest petitions signed online at change.org. And they're trying to demand that Amber Heard is fired from Aquaman 2.
That's also because Johnny Depp was kicked off some movies, too, after all this stuff started coming out.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Depp's career got torpedoed because of this whole deal. So, all right. So, moving back over to Amanda Bynes now. She was a big star. So, you remember her from Nickelodeon, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Nickelodeon and
what
all
else,
the other movies.
What other mainstream stuff did you do?
She was in Hairspray.
Yeah.
Hairspray, the finest movie ever made. One of my all-time favorites.
That is one of the best movies.
She was Penny Pinkleton or something like that.
God, I haven't seen that in a long time.
She was in Easy A.
Yeah, that was her most recent IMDb. I thought she did
that was
stuff
like
after
2008.
that. 2010. Yeah, close. I liked that movie.
She looked hot in that movie.
All right, now, Coop, go ahead, Fest.
No, she made several other movies, but she was beautiful. And she kind of went off the rails after 2010, 2011.
Those tweets back in 2013, when I can't say it, but talking about Drake.
What?
You remember those?
No.
Vaguely.
Oh, maybe just Google it.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
She would offer herself up on a platter to Drake.
Yeah, basically.
Who's Jake?
Drake.
Wouldn't?
Exactly.
I mean, I would to Drake.
You have audio from a video that she posted online, right?
Yeah, there's a couple audio bites here.
This is crazy. Now, Coop sent this to me last night, and Amanda Bynes apparently is on videos saying that her fiance, this guy is named Paul Michael.
Yeah.
That he's relapsed. You've got to listen to what she's claiming. She shot a video, and was this up on...
She put it on her Instagram story.
On her Instagram story. Listen to Amanda Bynes and what she's claiming.
Paul told me that he stopped taking his medications. I looked at his phone and he was looking at mom and son porn. He vandalized his mom's home. He broke all of her pictures and put salmon under her bed. His behavior is alarming and I'm afraid of what he'll do. I forgot to mention, I found Paul's stash of crack cocaine. He's been using for the past 6 months. He needs serious help. I kicked him out of my house.
All right.
Thank you for all that.
Hang on a minute. We've got to go through this one at a time.
Yeah, we do.
All right, can you play the audio again, and I'm going to tell you when to start and stop.
Yeah.
All right, hit it again.
Paul told me that he stopped taking his medication.
All right, stop. All right, what medication?
Like all of them, it sounds like?
So he's off his meds.
Stop.
The fiance apparently is off his meds, whatever the meds may include.
Okay, wait.
Yes.
Before you play again, what is that accent?
I don't know.
Is
She
she
has some
Canadian?
sort of weird accent.
I don't know what happened to her, the way
used to
she
have
talks.
A cute, like, girl voice. And now
If
she
you
sounds like a man.
Look at her left cheek. It looks like she has a heart, like a prison tattoo. It looks like she made this with a needle and a ballpoint pen. She's got this awful heart that is tattooed right in the middle of her left cheek.
And it's not even a symmetrical heart.
I was going to say, it's the most uneven heart.
It's like my 2-year-old draws better
Like
heart.
I said, it's like she used a Bic pen and a needle in a prison cell. It's like this is worse than a prison tat.
Was she joined the Mongols or something?
I don't know what the hell she... All right, so her fiance apparently is off the medication. All right, roll it.
I looked at his phone and he was looking at mom and son porn.
Stop.
All right. It's not like that stuff is real.
Wait a sec.
Okay.
It's just a genre.
It's
obviously they're not really related.
Oh my God.
It's a genre to keep older actors and actresses working.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
older women
It's
and
never
younger
really
men.
relation.
I'm sorry, but I've never seen the genre, Froggy. Apparently you have.
Oh, Taboo too? You should say it.
I'll forward you over some things.
No, don't forward. No. Don't forward me anything.
If we're being legally correct,
No.
it's always stepmom.
Don't forward me anything. Don't put that crap in my mailbox.
Except in West Virginia.
Do not. No, nowhere. Don't
Yeah,
go.
buddy.
All right, next. Roll the tape.
I'm just.
He vandalized his mom's home.
All right, stop.
His mums.
He vandalized his mom's home. Now,
Okay.
I don't have a list of everything that was vandalized or what damage was done, but is this among the damage? Roll it.
Broke all of her pictures and put salmon under her bed.
All right, stop. Did she say, roll that back, ripped all of her pictures and put salmon under her bed?
So knocked everything off the walls. But if you want to get somebody, you put frozen fish
That's just a
somewhere
waste
where
of
they
good
can't
salmon.
find it.
So it thaws?
It thaws,
Or a fresh fish.
and then like a week later or a couple days later, it rots and they can't find it and they'll never get it out.
My God.
Somebody did that to me in my old Pathfinder, one of my buddies.
Somebody put a fish in your old
Yeah,
vehicle?
and I had to sell it because it smelled I smelled so bad for like a year. It would get on my clothes.
I mean, was it a sockeye salmon? Was it an Atlantic salmon?
Nah, it was a mullet, actually.
Was it a coho?
Pissed me off. I had to sell my car.
By the way, when we were in Alaska, we
Wild Alaskan sockeye.
yeah, we actually we caught some coho. Michelle and myself and the kids, we all went up to Alaska, and we had a friend up there took us out on their boat on the Kenai. We were on the Kenai River, and Chloe and Julie, we caught a couple of salmon.
Well, if you would have left the salmon on the boat,
Well,
the guy would have
guess what?
hated you.
We had salmon for dinner. We filleted the salmon, and then we had we had a motorhome. We rented that 30-foot Forest River, right?
Yeah.
And we had a little grill, and we grilled salmon.
Yeah,
and
that's what fishermen do all the time.
Yeah. Did you then leave it under Amanda Bynes' mother-in-law's bed?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not. But I'm just curious what kind of, because I love salmon. I
sure-
like
I
wild.
do too.
I like wild caught versus the farm raised stuff.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
pinker and fresher.
Yeah, I like
Who
the wild.
doesn't?
Yeah, I like the wild.
I
caught.
only eat salmon that have been kicked in the head.
But I'd
And that
like.
have pooped on each other. Isn't that what they say about some?
But I'd like to know.
All fish.
I'd like to know what salmon she left under. All right, roll the audio again. Let me hear it.
He broke all of her pictures and put salmon under her bed.
All right, stop. Broke or burnt?
I think she said broke.
Like broke.
Like just like smashed them, maybe.
Like the picture frames with glass.
Yeah.
And put salmon under her bed.
What's up with this? Her mom?
Her boyfriend's mother. So
Yes.
he did it to his mother.
Oh, okay. I thought she did.
Man, this is all right. Let me hear the rest of it.
His behavior is alarming, and I'm afraid of what he'll do. I forgot to mention, I found Paul's stash of crack cocaine.
How do you forget to mention that? Of all the things to forget. Oh, and by the way, I forgot one more thing.
I found his stash of crack cocaine.
I forgot to mention it earlier. I know, no big deal. I found all the crack.
She sounds like she's reading.
I don't know that she can read anymore. I don't know if I would say that.
Man,
Bud.
she's a wreck, but when you see her on video, it's like, what happened to Amanda Bynes?
She was like America's sweetheart at one time.
Well, I mean, she was.
She was my sweetheart.
She looks like America's homeless woman right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy.
America's Most Wanted.
It is absolutely nuts. Is that it, or you have another bite?
There's an update.
Oh, what's the update?
Well, she also posted this on her story, and
so
she
this is
clarified everything that she claimed.
So she's clarifying what we just heard?
Yeah.
We need this.
What kind of salmon it was?
Yes, she gets into what kind, where it was caught, if it was fresh, if it was frozen.
Any sides?
Yeah,
Was it-
asparagus, and a hollandaise sauce that she made for
A what?
it. A hollandaise sauce.
Oh,
Hollandaise?
yeah, I'm not a fan of hollandaise. Yeah.
I love the holidays.
what
It's my
about
favorite
Bernie?
time of year.
All right, go ahead, roll it.
Okay.
Correction. Paul looked up MILFs. Moms and Sons just popped up.
What the? What?
This guy loves
wait a minute,
incest porn.
She is trying to clarify the porn category that she claimed that her fiance was looking up?
All right, MILF might be one of my top searches.
Stop it, Froggy.
Well, as
Knock it
Froggy
off.
and I deduced earlier, it's a genre of video with older women. And by older, they mean like 31. I mean, it's just really ridiculous.
You're my stepson. I can't do
no.
that.
Roll it again from the beginning. Let me hear it from the beginning. Go ahead.
Correction. Paul looked up MILFs. Moms and sons just popped up.
That's right. Thank you.
Also, I went to CVS, bought a drug test. Paul tested clean.
What did
CVS brought a drug test.
She talks
CVS.
Okay.
she went to CVS and bought a drug test?
A drug test.
Let me hear that again. Roll it back.
CVS, bought a just popped up. Also, I went to CVS, bought a drug test.
Stop. What is CVS? What a drug test?
She does live in California, so just remember that.
She went to CVS.
It's
and
like
bought a
what
drug
was
test.
what was that skit on Saturday Night Live?
That was
The Californians.
The Californians.
I'll take the 305.
No, there's no 305.
Oh, well.
I'll take the 405 to the 10 to the 5 to the 101.
Well, and she talks in like these weird blasts. Like, here's one thing I have to say to you. Jug is on, Paul's on drugs.
All right, does she clarify anything else?
She does.
Okay, go on.
Go ahead.
Paul tested clean. Paul's clean.
All right, stop.
She does talk in weird blasts.
She went to CVS and bought a drug test and he tested clean.
Man, she's...
Is there anything else, Coop, that she clarifies?
There's one more thing, and I think this is the most important.
Oh, thank you.
Also, I had something in my teeth in the last video.
She had something in her teeth in the last video.
She had something in she had something in her teeth?
Sorry, that's my crack pipe.
What, like a piece of broccoli?
Maybe.
Like salad?
Blueberry.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I just had spinach.
Man, I'll tell you what, between Amanda...
Or some Nickelodeon slime.
Between Amanda Bynes and Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, holy crap, there's all kinds of stuff going on now in the world of...
degenerate former famous people.
Exactly.
I love it.
Wow. But Amanda Heard, though, or Amber. I'm sorry, I got Amanda. I got Amanda and Amber. But for Amber Heard, she still has a career with the whole Aquaman thing, and
she only because.
But also, isn't the Aquaman guy is John Momoa, right?
Jason Momoa.
I'm sorry, Jason Momoa. So isn't he on Johnny Depp's side? I thought I heard that Jason Momoa, Aquaman, is on Johnny Depp's side. Wouldn't that make it a little awkward if they're supposed to be an Aquaman 2 together?
Okay, so by on his side, if you mean he follows him on Instagram, then yeah. I don't know if they're close personal friends.
No, Jason Momoa was involved in this somehow. I can't.
Yeah, he's Aquaman. She's in the movie. Yeah. So I also saw that her part in the movie is down to like less than 10 minutes.
Yes, is that because of the petition, or
I think they are just trying to figure out ways to edit, and keep her role as small as possible.
Whatever. You were like in a movie for 1 second.
Okay.
You're just jealous.
I was in a movie for like a quarter of a second, and it was the best scene in the whole movie.
That was terrible.
I went shopping at Costco yesterday. That would be the Costco up
in West Chase.
In West Chase. What do they call that? Is it West Chase or Citrus Park? What do they call that?
Well, when you take a left, so you come down Sheldon, obviously, right?
No, I took the Veterans.
Okay, you took the Veterans. So you come
to
up
Line Ball. Yeah.
So then you make a right into a left into the parking lot. If you were to continue through the light, you would be in West Chase. So it's right there at the apex.
Yes. The West Chasers are only west of Sheldon Road. If you're east of Sheldon Road, you're just Citrus Park trash.
I went to Costco yesterday, a couple of things. Now, I haven't posted these pictures yet, but, while I was at Costco, I noticed I had a quarter tank of gas. I'm like, all right, so the Costco gas is a little cheaper. I'm a member of Costco. I'll get some gas. The line was crazy. So here's my deal with Costco. Regular gas was like $4.09. And I think the super unleaded was like $4.43.
Okay.
Let's go with the $4.09. The $4.09, the Costco gas yesterday, $4.09. Now, I see most of the gas stations around town. I'm seeing like $4.19-ish, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth waiting in line at Costco for 20 minutes in order to save $1.50 or $2? Is it worth it? That's the question. Listen, I'm not busting on Costco. I like Costco. I like Sam's. I like Costco. I've been in a BJ's a couple of times. I mean, I like these warehouse clubs. But is it worth it to sit in line for 20 minutes or so to save a couple of bucks or $1.50? Is it worth it?
I'm talking to the people who are in the line.
Can I ask what's playing?
I don't know.
Roxanne, is that your phone?
No, a video
It's my
popped
new
up.
computer from Don, and I don't know how to turn this off. Hold on, guys.
Well, just hit stop on whatever video you're playing.
Close your laptop.
there.
It'll reset.
Oh, my God.
But no, it's the people who wait in line for these lower gas prices by a nickel or by 8 cents.
Yeah.
And you spend a disproportionate amount of your life.
But what is your time worth? Is it worth waiting in line for 15 or 20 minutes with a long, long line at Costco to save that little money?
Well, some people think differently. Some people will do that, obviously.
I mean, is it the perception of saving $1.50?
I like to get my
pride.
gas at Costco.
When you get your gas at Costco, though, are there massive lines, or do you go at times where? Listen, I was there Sunday at 11 a.m. So Sunday at 11 a.m., that's pretty prime time for the warehouse clubs.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the busiest times to go to Costco. Is also, you know, the other thing, I shouldn't say this. I should stop myself. I should stop myself from saying this.
All right. Stop.
The way the store runs is you walk in on the left side of the store and you do your circulation around the store, and then you come back around and you hit the cash registers on the left side, and it's all jammed up. You got lines that are ridiculous. When if you just go back over to the right side of the store and you enter over on the right side and those registers, there's virtually nobody in line. It's like these people haven't figured this out.
Yeah, you're beating the system.
I'm not beating the system. It's just that all the people are clogged up on the left side.
It's the herd mentality.
I don't get it. It's like just walk over and go around the right side, and there's no one in line. It's nuts. By the way, I'm bringing up Costco for a couple of reasons. The main reason why I'm bringing it up is I had 8 people. Literally, I had 8 people say, "Hey, MJ, love the show, listen every day." It was amazing. The number of, "Hey, saw the new billboards. Oh, they're great. There's one on the veterans. I pass by it every morning on the way to work, right, next to the airport." The MJ Morning Show billboards are up all over town. And we appreciate you spreading the word that the MJ Morning Show is back here on 104.7 FM, which is Q105. I had 8 people say hello to me. "Hey, MJ, great to listen to the show. Love the team. Listen every morning." I took, and as proof, I took pictures. I had people asking for pictures. And of course, listen, of course I'll take pictures. Yeah, I know there's some folks. No.
Did you sign autographs?
No, I didn't sign any autographs.
Can you sign my rump roast that I just picked up from the butcher's department, MJ?
Can you sign my giant bucket of mayonnaise, please?
Hey, listen, we listen every day. Can you sign this pallet of Coke for us?
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I've got 2 pictures on my Instagram. Would you like to see me with listeners? Would you like to see me with MJ Morning Show fans standing in the aisle at Costco?
Who wouldn't?
I mean, do you want a real answer to that question?
I've got a lovely picture with Julio and Melissa. Julio and Melissa had just run a 5K that morning. They were all sweaty, and I still took a picture with them. They didn't smell at all. They were very lovely.
They didn't smell at all.
Well, no, because they told me, "Hey, we just ran a 5K," and they were very, very lovely people. Julio and Melissa, I'm trying to, let me zoom in and see what we have there. I'm trying to see the product on the shelf, what aisle we're in.
It looks like the tomato sauce off of Melissa's shoulder. Is that Rouse tomato sauce?
No, Mott's. I see. It's the dried fruit and applesauce and stuff. So we're on that aisle, and literally we're standing right in the middle of the aisle, and another shopper took a picture, right? So that was my picture with Melissa and Julio. So while I'm taking that picture, another person named Sherry says, "MJ, listen every morning, love the show. Can I get a picture too?" So then I get a picture with Sherry.
That's so nice.
now I'm standing in the Costco aisle with Sherry yesterday.
Okay, were you by yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I met Mike. I met 8 people altogether. 8 people love the MJ Morning Show and or the Schnitz Show.
Were you wearing a big flag that says "I'm MJ"? I mean,
no, I was wearing just a gray T-shirt and a black baseball cap.
Interesting.
And those awkward ankle socks.
Yeah.
Oh, and in fact, I had my mask on for a little bit. I had
you were still recognized.
I was still, even with the mask on. I took the mask off for the pictures, but even with the mask on, people recognized me.
I don't see how people recognize you from the billboard where Roxanne is growing out of your shoulder. MJ, I get more and more mad every time I pass the billboard of the group photo. It is. Can we actually really get into at some time how awful of a photo it is? It is the. I mean,
Fester, you bring it up every time that you don't like the. It's
never.
like, oh, can we bring this
Fester,
up?
there's
Please?
nothing we could do.
You've already talked about it 9 times. Fester does not like the photo that's on the photo version of the MJ Morning Show billboard.
I'll just be happy you're on the thing for once.
How deep do you want to be in it? You said
I'd
you were
rather
going to get
not
into
be
this.
in it at all. But MJ,
All right, you want me to go up and
you
want me to climb up and like paint over you?
Just cut off that
You're the biggest
section.
You're the biggest thing on the billboard.
yeah, there's like a 2-foot
I
gap.
can put other important. If I cut you out, I can put more important information on there.
Or you can put Coop.
You can put Coop up, please. MJ, there's a gap between me and Roxanne, so you can see daylight between us.
Well, that's because I live on his shoulder.
Big fat guy off to the side.
Oh, wait. Roxanne has a thought.
Is that the Roxanne? What is that?
I'm just kidding.
What? It won't shut off.
Is that your phone?
It is. My phone's going off.
Did you set a cuckoo alarm for 8:30 in the morning on a Monday?
You didn't like
know
my
what?
Roxanne has a thought, Joe?
That was a weekend wake up for Saturday morning, and for some reason, it just went off now.
I thought it was real, Frog.
No.
No, MJ, have you seen the photo lately? Roxanne is coming out of your. What was it?
What do you mean, have I seen the photo lately? Yes, I drive by it.
Well,
I've seen the photo lately.
Maybe because now I've given you new perspective on Froggy and I longingly looking at each other like lovers.
That could have filled in my beard a little bit.
Fess has got a problem with the picture. Fess, I don't want to hear it again. All right,
Fess, you should be thankful we're on it this time.
I don't even want to be on it. I don't even think I shaved that day. I'm kind of like looking over, like my double chin, glaring at Froggy and him looking at me.
Ungrateful.
Your expressions are my favorite part of the whole billboard.
And then Roxanne, the lovely Roxanne, definitely the most beautiful member of this morning show, besides Coop. She's growing out of your shoulder.
And I have flat hair, as you pointed out.
And she has flat hair.
It's like I just got off a shift and my headphones were mashing my hair down.
I don't want to hear about the damn picture anymore. We're just trying to spread the word. The MJ Morning Show is back on Q105.
Spread the word. The MJ Morning Show cannot take a group photo together because we look awful.
5 smart ways to catch a sneaky cheater. All right, first of all, these are like the most obvious damn things in the world. How to catch a sneaky cheater.
This is another clickbaiter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's clickbait per se, but it's from one of those lifestyle relationship sources. And 5 ways to catch a sneaky cheater. Spy on their tablet and phone. Well, duh.
Okay.
Really? Spy on their tablet and phone? Oh, because there might be like communications with somebody else that you're cheating with?
Did a private detective come up with this list?
My God.
That's
Number
a
2,
genius move.
scanning digital receipts. Yeah.
What?
The next thing that they discuss is scanning digital receipts. Many receipts are sent through email and text messages and are available in digital form. So that's why you can scan them and you can see your partner's online accounts and what they're spending money on. Like, is there like a dinner? Is there a lunch somewhere? Was something money spent at a jewelry store or, whatever? If you're suspicious of your spouse's cheating, then you shouldn't be surprised to find receipts from hotels, motels, Holiday Inn
Express.
Yes.
I mean, Holiday Inn Express has that great breakfast.
I was even dragging up my words.
It takes a minute to type hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. And I don't know if I should ever play the Pitbull or the Sir Mix-a-Lot one.
So, all right, take a look at social media accounts. That's kind of a given as well.
Did you say Sir Mix-a-Lot when you said hotel, motel, Holiday Inn?
Pitbull.
Yeah, is it not Sir Mix-a-Lot?
MJ? The original hotel, motel.
Yeah, the original
Holiday
one
Inn.
is Rapper's Delight
Rapper's Delight.
by the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yes.
Yeah, literally the first rap song ever.
I'm sorry, I couldn't let Coop get
Hold
away
on.
with saying he has 2 versions. He said the Pitbull version or the Sir Mix-a-Lot version.
Oh.
I couldn't let
No,
Coop
no,
get
no,
away with
no,
saying that when it's the Sugar Hill Gang.
No, thanks for pointing that out. No, it's Sugar Hill Gang.
Not Sir Mix-a-Lot?
No.
What does Sir Mix-a-Lot have?
The original
Baby Got Back?
the original Hotel Motel Holiday Inn. That's inside of Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. And what was that, 1979?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's like the original rap song that really introduced it to the masses.
Well, not to mention that's been sampled over and over again. You know, their original use of music, and then it's been it's a classic.
I can't let Coop get away with saying Sir Mix-a-Lot on a legendary song like that.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
All right. So, social media. How to catch a sneaky cheater. Social media.
Have you ever seen, speaking of which, have you ever seen couples who have social media accounts together?
Oh, they're definitely cheating.
You know what I have? Because I have some people that follow me, and I'll see who they are, and it's like
John and Susie, and it's
I've seen that.
I've seen that before.
I hate that. You must be so insecure if you're doing that.
Or
Rebecca and Jonathan.
All right, first of all, Rebecca and Jonathan are fine people. Okay, Froggy, I don't appreciate that at all.
I think it's so weird.
They go to see if they ask for drug test.
Jonathan was clean. Rebecca has taken him back.
Finishing up this list of how to catch a sneaky cheater. Check locations. GPS. It's a very utilized technology, obviously. And listen, our whole family is on that Life 360. Our whole family, we know where everyone is.
How do you see your... Never mind.
How do I see what? Froggy, I'm going to brain you. I'm going to come over there and brain you.
I just want to piss off Michelle.
Michelle wishes.
You're trying to piss off my wife?
Yeah, why not? Be a fun way to start the week.
Yeah, she's fun to get married.
Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Yeah, listen, we have Life 360. Like, I can bring up Life 360. I can push it right now, and I can see where I am. I'm here at the radio studio. I see me over here in St. Pete. I see Michelle is, let me just zoom in. Yeah, Michelle's in the house. I see it. Then if I go look at Chloe.
Zoom out.
She's in Vegas? What?
Chloe is she's in must be in a class because Chloe is in one of the halls. She's not in a dorm, so Chloe must be in a class.
Oh, that's creepy.
I think
at the University of New Hampshire. And then Julian is right on his campus. Oh, what time is it? 8. Julian was nominated for all-class president for his senior year.
Oh, my God. Look what the Nuggets did for the kid.
Julian might be the president. There are 3 positions.
Oh my God.
There are 6 people that were nominated. 6 people nominated. There are 3 positions. It's president, vice president, and like speaker or something. Let me call Julian real quick because Julian was rehearsing. He called us up on FaceTime last night.
Would he have a speech?
He's got to deliver a speech like I think at 9:30.
Hang on, let me high school move.
What?
Definitely the guy who brings in the pallet of chicken nuggets is the guy I'm voting for all-class president. And as your president, I'll be sure they serve chicken nuggets at every meal.
That's his campaign slogan.
Julian could be the president of the school. Julian?
I'll be your guy for the air fry.
Hey, Julian, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you in your dorm still?
No, I just, I'm ditching A block right now to practice my speech.
Very good, very good.
What happens in A block that you're ditching?
Macroeconomics honors class.
Oh, macroeconomics honors?
Yeah, so I'm ditching that right now.
Are you okay in ditching your class?
I got a D.
Yeah, no, I'm very good friends with the dean, and they'll take care of my absence.
All right,
Look at this guy. He's perfect for politics.
Did you clear it? Did you ask to be excused?
I went there. And then they were like, no. So then I just went to the bathroom and left.
Okay. But that was a bad answer.
All right. Well, don't get in trouble. All right. Now,
he's going to be the president.
All right. Do you want to do your speech right? Give a little bit of your speech on the show right now.
Can I get some presidential music?
Which part do you want?
Just
all the fake promises. Give me all the fake promises you're going to do as president of your class.
He's not doing that. He's not doing that. And also he's playing off on the whole Schnitt thing. Yeah, just pick your favorite part of the speech and give us a little bit of the speech. I want to hear your delivery.
What's that song? Dun 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 dun.
That's Hail to the Chief.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that. Maybe that would be good while he's giving it.
All right, Julian, give me a little bit of the speech. And what time do you deliver the speech before the whole school that votes on you?
Like earliest 9:45, maybe 9:50 maybe.
All right, so about an hour away.
San Dimas football rocks.
All right, now give me a little bit of the speech and, practice it. Let me hear your delivery and go.
All right, so when I arrived at Foreman, I didn't have the. I didn't.
Hang on a sec. Go ahead and leave the school name out.
Slow down a little bit. Take a breath.
Take a breath, buddy.
When I arrived at Blank, I didn't have a passion for a particular sport. As many of you already know, I enjoy photography, so I was invited to join the yearbook team as the official schnittographer.
The official schnittographer.
Yeah,
Did he curse? Get him off the stage.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's littered with all of that.
Go ahead.
The great thing about working on the yearbook my freshman year is that I really got to know the campus and all the members of this community. Do you know the best place for a sunset picture or picnic? Or where the top secret hookup spot is on campus? How to avoid getting a violation? Just ask. I know. I have all the schnitt-formation you need. So that's one of my short little paragraphs that I have.
All right, how punny is this speech?
No, not much.
Okay.
I mean,
Just the schnitt.
Yeah,
All right.
he's
slamming his name home.
Yeah, he's trying exactly. He's trying to just embed the name Schnitt.
It's
Schnitt,
branding,
Schnitt.
branding.
Oh, exactly.
It's a mix with a laugh at you, laugh with you, I want to say.
Very good.
I think that's nice. I think it sounds nice. I think if you can just do it slightly more conversationally, I think it's perfect.
Did you know Roxanne is a media coach?
Oh my God, it's
Julie,
perfect.
did you know Roxanne's a media coach? You guys should have a consultation.
Yeah,
I did not. I
in
did
an
not know
hour.
that.
I got a client for you, Rox.
Thank you. I will not charge you anything, Julian. I'll charge
$500
your father, but
She's
not
$500 an hour.
I thought that was great, Julian.
Is that right?
All right,
Is that
give
how
me
much?
a little bit more of the speech because I got to finish up on my sneaky cheaters list.
Okay. Being an all-school officer is a job, a serious job. And truly, I am honored that both faculty and students deemed me worthy of the position. By accepting your nomination, I have already committed to making a positive contribution to the Foreman community. I hope that you will find me, Julian Schnitt, worthy for the position of all-school president so that I can fulfill that commitment.
All right, mention the part about you
wanna-
skipping
yeah.
class to practice this speech. I totally blew
I
off
know.
my macro honors class.
Julian, make sure the delivery is smooth and solid. Don't rush words. Make sure you enunciate properly and just leave a lasting memory. And hopefully you'll get the most votes and you'll be the president of the student body for next year, for your senior year.
I'm hoping.
All right, buddy. We're pulling for you. And when do you find out? So if you deliver, everyone delivers the speeches around 9:30,
Then they gotta
9:45.
vote.
And then when do they vote?
Voting will probably happen after on Google, on our a Google form will probably be sent out and everybody will fill it out and I'll probably know by later this weekend.
All right,
Hold on. Later this weekend?
Maybe later this week. I don't know.
All right.
They got to hand count the votes. MJ, is this in front of a live class? I mean, are you in front of all of your peers when you give this, or is it via Zoom or something?
No, I'm in front of the entire school.
And is this in the auditorium?
It is, yeah. Staff, faculty, students.
Everyone.
Oh, you know what you do at the end to make a lasting impression? Just push over the podium. Say, I'm out of here.
Like a big drop the mic, but drop the podium?
Yeah, just push it off the stage.
Yeah, I'm going to knock over the 200-pound podium.
Yeah, right onto the dean.
Julian, good luck, buddy, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
All right, see you later.
Maybe have a drink before it. Calm down.
Just a little drink.
Don't have a Will you tell my kid to drink
if I gotta
alcohol
give a speech,
before he runs for school president?
Not a lot, just like a shot.
A little shotski to kill the nerves.
All right.
Just a little bit to get tipsy, you know?
Even, yeah.
Not even.
Not
just-
even that much, just to loosen up.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
It's called taking the edge off.
Good luck. Stay calm and enunciate. Don't rush through words and don't mumble. Be very clear in all of your lines, okay?
All right, I will.
All right, buddy. Let me know how it goes. Text me afterward.
All right.
All right.
I will. Bye.
Bye. Good luck. All right. Julian, he could end up,
Why haven't you been working on this speech with him? His delivery is a little spastic.
We worked with him over the weekend. Yes.
Now, does he bring up about him being able to pull in all the chicken nuggets?
No, I don't
Making
think
an air
That's
fryer
important.
legal in every room.
No, I don't think.
Chicken nugget machines.
By the way, while we were there on Friday, we went up for Parents Weekend. That's why we had a best of show on Friday. Is Thursday we flew out because Friday and Saturday there were all kinds of programs for parents. It was Parents Weekend, so that's why we were up, at his school up north. And on Friday, that's when the 50 pounds of chicken nuggets arrived. Seriously. we're in his dorm room, and actually we walked up to the dorm room, and they had already left the box, big, huge box, and it said perishable on it, and there's a big like foam cooler inside with it. Listen to this. It was a trash bag filled with 50 pounds of nuggets.
So how many nuggets approximately?
Now, the last time he got them, they were all individually packed. This time, they were just in a bag. It's like my friend had his contact at the Tyson chicken nugget plant. Just take the bag and put it at the end of a conveyor belt. And they just fell off into the bag. They wrapped up the bag. They put it in a cooler. They dry iced it. And boom, they shipped it off FedEx.
That's how they ship it to restaurants.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
big
Yeah.
industrial bags.
Yes.
What if you made here's how you make a lasting impression. You make it a promise if you vote for me, a free order of, not nugget, an order of nuggets, like 4 air-fried chicken nuggets.
That's kind of skimpy.
For free for a vote? You get a free 4 nuggets?
I'm going to have to negotiate at least 8. 8 nuggets, and I'll put my vote into you, Mr. Schmidt.
It's almost like, remember when you went, did you ever run for anything? You would bring like cupcakes.
No, I
That
just
said vote for fat ass or whatever.
To try to bribe the students with food?
Vote for me. I
just
eat
ate-
20 cupcakes a day.
I just ate the stuff. I never ran for office.
But yeah, just use it as a bribe. It's all about bribery in politics. We know that.
Yeah, and fake promises. He needs to make more fake promises.
No, he points that out. Actually, in his speech, he talks about, I'm not going to make all kinds of promises.
Get off the stage.
We want promises.
Give me Harvey. Let's vote for Harvey. He's
that
promising
no
us
one's going to
beer.
keep. He just talks about how he's been a class rep like twice already. He knows the ropes. I think he's got a good chance of, it's president. There are 6 people running. There are 3 positions. It's president, vice president, and then it's like speaker.
Good for him.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll end up with one of them, and I'd like him to actually win the presidency for next year, his senior year at school.
Do they not
which would
have
be
a
great.
sergeant at arms?
They do not. All right, let me finish up. Folks, we called Julian because of, I know where the whole family is. We all know. We're all on that Life 360 app, and we all know where everyone is, and the accuracy is really amazing. Like when Chloe is in her dorm, and she's got a big dorm that she's in, her little avatar, it sits like almost right where her room is in the building. That's how accurate this damn thing is.
Now, you're talking about Life 360 in relation to cheating, right?
Yeah. Well, that was one of if you're just tuning in, folks, it's one of these like ubiquitous, like clickbaity stories, 5 ways to catch a sneaky cheater. And number 1 was spy on
There
their
are honest cheaters? I think all the cheaters are sneaky.
spy on their tablet or phone, scan digital receipts, because a lot of receipts are emailed. So if you have access, you can see digital receipts, not paper receipts. Take a look at social media accounts, see if there's any picture, any indication, something that was posted. Number 4, check locations, and that's why I called Julian.
So I know someone who circumvented that. Well, I don't know the person who circumvented, but I know a wife who was like, I'm good. We're our whole family. My husband's not cheating. I can keep track of where he is. But hello, the guy was like leaving his phone somewhere.
He had a burner phone.
Yeah. And then
Oh, man, he would leave his phone so his wife...
it looked like he was one place, but he was really another.
So he'd leave his phone, then split, and then he'd
Yes.
have like a burner phone?
He put his real phone like in his desk at his office and then go to,
Oh, my
Samantha's house.
God. So what happens if the wife shows up at work?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, no, it says you're right here. And then you walk to his desk and his phone's just sitting there and he's nowhere to be found. So who was this?
It actually was a friend of a friend of a friend.
Of a friend.
Oh, of a
Yeah.
friend of a friend.
Yes.
Of a cousin.
Not a close friend.
10 friend of a friends down the line.
It was
Yeah.
10 friends removed.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
believe that. I think it's someone you know. I think it's a...
It was her sister, wasn't it? It was that creep, wasn't it?
All right, so
No, here's another good one.
Yeah.
Someone just texted me the best meme about cheating. Ladies, if you think your man is cheating, take him to that bitch's front door and see if his Wi-Fi connects.
Just drive by the house. Drive by our house.
Oh, someone just texted you that?
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder if that's true.
number 4 was check locations like GPS. And then the final tip, how to catch a sneaky cheater. Number 5 is search the trash.
Oh, that's...
Are these really, really lame ways? Doesn't it seem like obvious if you really want to be a sleuth?
When I saw this list, there's nothing on this list that shouldn't instantaneously pop up in your mind with 0 private detective training.
I mean, you can buy
Yeah.
like a $49 car tracker and just stick it on a bumper or something. They'll never find it. You know where they are at all times.
Or
not that I'm giving out
or
ideas.
the Apple tags. Were they the Air tags?
Yeah, well, the AirTags, if you have an Apple phone, will eventually alert you that somebody's following you.
Yeah, you know what?
But a Tile won't. If you don't have the Tile app, that's why you got to buy a Tile.
Yeah,
if you're trying
you know
to
what?
track
I have it here somewhere. We got to take our break anyway, Chris. We're coming to the end of our long chunk of MJ. But there's a story about someone claiming that they were tracked at Disney with an AirTag, with one of those Apple Air tag devices. Yeah, it's kind of a weird story. And then Roxanne, I think you're fascinated. You sent me this 5 times over the last couple of days. The guy that was a sperm donor, 47 kids, but the guy has an issue that, well, hold on. We got to explain it. Hold on. There's a lot coming up, folks. In the next chunk of the MJ Morning Show, there's a lot. Creepy AirTag issues, someone being tracked or followed. This is happening more and more. And then the whole sperm donor guy, he's fathered 47 kids, but he's got a big problem. Hang on. We'll explain all of that and a whole lot more. It all happens next here on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, Morning show. You give us 22 minutes and we'll give you a whole lot of crap. All right, 9 o'clock exactly. Oh, I just got a text from a law enforcement buddy of mine, and he said, we are continuously getting these bolos. I don't know if you've talked about this yet. You know, it's on my list. I have it right here. I have a story or two printed out. And you know what? My law enforcement pal just kind of gave me a nudge to mention this. So a bolo, when you hear about law enforcement and a bolo, B-O-L-O, that means, hey, Coop, do you know what a bolo is?
Isn't there something called like a bolo tie?
Yeah,
That's what I think of.
Yeah, the little string ties.
Like the Cowboys wear or like they wear in Texas.
Those little shoelace-looking ties,
That
right?
is a bolo tie. Yes, Coop, you're correct.
Yeah, that's not the bolo I'm talking about. When it comes to law enforcement, Coop, our producer, what is a bolo? Any idea?
Do they have to wear the tie on like
No,
bolo
it has
day?
nothing to do with the tie.
Then I got nothing. I have no idea.
Hold on, Coop. It's an acronym. It means something.
Although I bet there are some of those like Texas type sheriffs that wear, maybe they do wear a bolo out there in their Texas police cars. A bolo is a be on the lookout. Be on the lookout.
Okay, and
Bolo.
my next guess was book one, lose one.
Book one, lose one.
Yeah, you book a culprit and then you accidentally lose one in the process.
Well, you're getting a little warmer here.
Oh, really?
Now, the bolo is, and law enforcement all over the place, they're getting these bolos for this officer and the missing prisoner. Have you seen this?
So I think that's a fascinating story because I just don't know too many details about this, and I have a lot of questions. It's in Alabama, right?
It is. This Alabama inmate disappeared with a corrections officer while the corrections officer was transporting the inmate to court for apparently a non-existent appointment. So, wait a minute.
This guy got Andy Dufresne.
But wait, this is sounding more and more like the corrections officer is in on the disappearance, almost like they fell in love behind bars and she helped to engineer some kind of a transport. Also, I read that it's a total violation that when they transport a prisoner, you don't have just one officer doing the transporting.
When I originally saw the headline, I thought, oh my God, this murderer kidnapped this poor corrections officer.
I don't know. I think
that was my initial response.
Yeah.
She was in on it.
Then all the details come out. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on.
Didn't this happen a few years ago where a woman was hooking up with two inmates and she helped them escape?
That was up in New York.
Yeah, it's like they fell in love, or she loved them.
That was a crazy, crazy story.
She was like having sex with them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And
she was horrible.
Oh, what'd you say, Froggy?
She was quite horrendous.
She actually looked like Bruce Valanche. He used to be in the center square of the Hollywood Squares. Or a Muppet.
Did look like Valanche.
Yeah, she was not. All right, how do I say this nicely? All right, she wasn't.
Listen,
she wasn't very attractive.
She found love.
Yeah, bring that up. New York.
Well, these guys like hoodwinked her and just like made her fall in love with them.
Yeah, I don't think she was a corrections officer. She worked at the prison up in New York State. That was a crazy story.
Those guys got away on the run for a while.
Oh yeah, didn't one die in a shootout or something? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it didn't go well for those guys.
Yeah, the Joy. Oh, look at her.
Oh,
she looks like Andy Williams in Paul Williams. Who was the guy in Smokey and the Bandit? Remember? She
looks like the singer Paul Williams.
It looks like she does. She looks like not Andy Williams, Paul Williams.
The short guy.
She looks like Paul Williams in Smokey and the Bandit.
I wrote the Rainbow Connection.
I'm telling you.
So she spent 5 years in jail for this.
Oh,
this
yeah.
happened like in
2015?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had just started doing mornings in New York at WOR when this happened. Scroll to the top, the very top on that one. Joyce Mitchell released from prison 5 years after helping convicted killers escape.
She's out? That was back in February of 2020.
Yeah, so she got out in 2020. Former prison worker Joyce Mitchell was released from prison Thursday. That was November of 2020 after helping two convicted murderers escape years earlier. Mitchell, 55, was released from the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility in Westchester County to community supervision, according to the Department of Corrections. Oh, she was going to have her husband killed.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, my God.
Her husband was going to be killed by one of the killer escaped inmates.
Oh, so she could continue her relationship with them.
Yes, her husband was, I think he divorced her. Good job.
Yeah.
They promised to kill him.
Got a restraining order.
Oh, yeah.
So this all happened over a half a decade ago, MJ. We have something going right now.
Oh, I know. So that was the New York story that Froggy was talking about, but it's just crazy. But that reminded me of this. I'm like, as more details come out, it sure as hell seems a non-existent court appointment or an appearance.
Mental evaluation.
Don't they have paperwork that says like who they're taking? and when?
Exactly. And then to transport this this prisoner by yourself, a female just transporting a male dangerous inmate all by himself. Casey Cole White, 38, missing, with Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Assistant Director of Corrections Vicky White, who's 56. New photos were released of him in an orange jail outfit walking the halls of the facility. So they're releasing all kinds of new photos. In one image, the accused murderer is seen reaching under his right sleeve. And they were last seen, the female corrections officer and the accused murderer inmate, last seen about 9:30 a.m. on Friday when they left this local jail. Manhunt is like all over the Southeast at this point. The U.S. Marshals are offering a $10,000 reward. And again, I'm getting notifications from some of my buddies in local law enforcement. Here's a text that just came in. Not sure if you did the story yet, but we keep getting bolos for this. And again, it's Alabama correctional officer missing after escorting inmate to courthouse. And come on, this reeks of them, jailhouse lovebirds. The corrections officer, the female falling in love with the male accused murderer inmate.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what this is reeking of. Not that, because early on, it was thought that, oh my God, he overpowered her and has killed her, dumped the body, he's on the lam. I don't think that's
he overpowered her with his charisma.
Well,
love.
He
there you
fell
go.
in love over this time. Originally, I thought, why would they let this officer take this murderer by herself? And then that's not the policy. The
This
policy
guy
has
is
multiple officers.
charged with 2 counts of capital murder from September of 2020 in a stabbing death. Serving a 75-year sentence for a 2015 crime spree, held 6 people at gunpoint and shooting one of them and a dog.
Oh, geez, not the dog.
Yeah, shot the dog as well.
So she told fellow officers she was taking him to the courthouse for a mental health evaluation. No such evaluation
But
was
there was no appointment. It was it was a phantom appointment.
She also made her own medical appointment at her doctor's office, which was confirmed by authorities, but she never showed up for it. So she tried to have an alibi or somewhere that she needed to go.
It is pretty clear now that she was part of orchestrating this whole escape. And I'm telling you, they're in some, I don't know, they're probably doing it right now in some seedy motel room.
According to the sheriff of Lauderdale, all indications are that Director White is directly involved and participated in the escape.
So they are on the lam together.
Oh,
duh! Yes!
They're lamb chopping it.
Yes!
So he is...
The sheriff's saying, yeah, all indications are that they're, duh! Thank you, Sheriff.
Well, all right. So he's 38. He's a double killer plus a dog killer.
Yep.
38 years old. She's 56.
Yeah.
And they are in love.
Or that was just his ticket out, and then
Who knows
she
where
was.
she is?
Yeah. So what could happen here? Just to speculate, he wins her over. Is a total con man, sucks her in. Listen, she's 56 years old. Falls for this guy. He's 38, younger guy.
Rufus.
She is swept off his feet by this orange jumpsuited prisoner.
It's really an attractive jumpsuit.
They orchestrate.
Maybe she swept him out of his slides.
Yeah. By the way, at the Lauderdale County lockup, they have Armani jumpers.
Oh,
yeah. It's really nice orange stuff.
Dope.
So they orchestrate this, and he uses her. This is one scenario. He uses her. And then ultimately, the ruse is over, and then kills her and dumps her. That's not out of the question. Or they could be, madly in love. That's a possibility as well.
Oh man,
You never know when you just find love.
But that is a crazy story, and the bolo is in effect. And I got cop buddies sending me this. And I mentioned the sperm donor, and this guy's got a problem. A father to, it is believed to be 47, that's his count, that he's been a donor for 47 children.
Sounds like a movie.
But guess what his problem is?
I can think what his problem isn't.
Well,
Is
apparently
he out of,
he can't date women. No one wants to date him.
Yeah, so he's opens up to them about what he's done. That
So
he's
they want his baby making goods, but
He's out of it.
But that's it.
Well, hold on.
A lot of
Yeah.
donations.
Is he anonymous?
Okay, no. So what he's done, he set up an Instagram account.
Yeah.
He didn't like the way they did it traditionally, so he's kind of rogue. He does it himself as an entrepreneur,
Yep.
and so they're all hitting him up to get his sperm on Instagram to have babies with him. But then, like when he actually goes on a date, he says, "Hey, this is what I do. This is what I've done," and it seems to be a turnoff because no one's sticking around for long term with him.
Most women are not interested in dating me, said Kyle Gordy, 30 years old. He's a freelancer. He claims that an estimated 1,000 women have requested his stuff.
What? Why is he like good looking or something?
He first started donating when he was 22, as he felt traditional sperm banks were cold and clinical, and wanted to know where his stuff was actually going.
So wait a second.
Yeah.
Is he feels the traditional are cold and clinical? Does this mean he's donating it romantically? Like
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it's
only through intercourse, ma'am.
Yeah, Fester, you have audio on this guy?
I think so. Here
All
we
right.
go.
Well, I guess we can listen. Go ahead, hit it.
Hold on. There.
This is Kyle.
Hello, I'm Kyle Gordy, and I'm a free sperm donor currently in the UK. And I help women have children without going through a sperm bank. Yesterday, I was in Hull, UK to see a lovely young lady to conceive a child naturally, which is sex. So we met up at the hotel. We talked a little bit. Originally, she was a little bit nervous. So after a while, I calmed her nerves.
Stop.
I wonder if all his 47 kids are going to talk weird like him.
But
Yeah, he says he's from the UK. That doesn't sound like a
No,
British
no.
accent.
He's an American. He's from California. He's in the UK. I guess he flew over there to help a woman conceive, and he just admitted that he was doing it naturally. So that answers your question. I don't know if it's the case with all 47, but in this case, would this be number 48 or how many more have there been? So he is in the UK right now, according to this video, doing it naturally. That means that he's doing the deed. I mean, do they all get tested like for STDs and stuff? I
No,
mean,
just a COVID test. Are our lisps more attractive in the UK? I mean, what's this guy's
They are
appeal?
hereditary.
hold on a minute.
Are they?
Hold on.
I mean, Dusty Rhodes.
All right, roll the audio. Let me hear it.
We talked a little bit, and we began the process. After the process, I laid her hips up on some pillows. The sperm can go inside of her vertical.
All right.
I dumped that. Yeah, that was a little
Okay.
too graphic.
After that, we talked. We got to know each other.
Yeah.
We realized we had a lot in common.
Right, I dumped that last part on the air.
Very well off.
I wonder if...
And, what I really like about her is that she's open to me meeting the child, and she actually
open.
wants me to meet the child. She says, hey, if you're ever in Hull...
If you're ever in Hull,
What? That's the worst name for a town I've ever heard.
Wait a minute.
Not from what he does.
No easy jokes here, folks. All right, no easy jokes. Yes, Rox.
I think as I'm hearing more of him talking, it's just a personality conflict why he's not getting dates. Like nobody wants to date him based on his personality.
What if...
He seems strange.
I have a weird question.
Okay.
And I don't want this to be offensive. But what if somebody like Shorty Shane went in to donate? Would they be like, you know what I mean? Or like somebody
that you're gonna get the dwarf sperm or something?
Yeah, or like just somebody who you remember the movie Mask?
Yeah.
Rocky. What if Rocky Dennis, the kid from there, walked in and was like, I'd like to donate? They'd be like, what would they say? I'm just wondering.
I mean,
can you?
What about the guy from that Mike's Hard Lemonade commercial with like his brother with the talking head on his shoulder?
Yeah.
His
Can I donate?
undeveloped brother.
Can we donate? I'm pretty sure no women want men with two heads.
Maybe just collect the donation and thank him for coming.
Maybe. I was just sitting here thinking, we should send Shorty Shane to donate a bunch.
But he says that he can't get dates. That women are not interested in dating him. That women just want his stuff.
Okay, so he's also saying as soon as he meets the women, full disclosure, I've fathered 47 children. Maybe he should save that until he's gotten to know them, because that's a strong statement.
That's really third date information.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, I want to tell you something. I know I said I was in the medical field. I just donate sperm. That's it.
But apparently he's on a world tour. UK Scotland, and Germany. So he's donating his baby making stuff like all over the planet. The guy's on tour.
Sperm tour. 2022.
Is this just an elaborate ruse?
What kind of merch is he selling?
Oh,
does he have T-shirts and
balloons?
Have you not look at his shirt? It says sperm donor on it with an Instagram.
It does.
Oh,
the Instagram logo.
Okay, he also is talking about why he has such great swimmers, and he says he eats organic and he takes 18 different herbs and supplements a day. And no caffeine, alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs, of course.
Okay.
How boring.
He eats KFC every day for the 11 herbs and spices.
MJ,
I would suggest going to PDQ, you know.
is this whole thing an elaborate ruse just to travel the world, have sex with women, and have no financial consequences?
But wait a minute.
Thereafter.
But he's providing a service that the women need, and that is they need fertilization of, the egg.
God, go to just going to pick some bum over the internet? How weird.
And then we have this family from Tennessee visiting Disney, and they're claiming that an Apple AirTag was used to track them. Now, there are a couple of missing pieces to the story. I'm trying to figure this out. But this family from Tennessee, according to Fox 35, which is the Orlando Fox station, that's Orlando's Fox 13 is Fox 35. And they did a story saying the family was headed back to their car on the monorail when they made this Apple AirTag discovery. They got some kind of a notification saying that the owner of an AirTag device had been tracking them. And this family was visiting from Tennessee. They said, quote, "We were terrified. We were confused, hurt, scared." Jennifer Gaston said she literally watched it follow us from the tram all the way back to our vehicle. The daughter of the Gastons said that the device was tracking them for several hours while they were inside the theme park, but the family could not find the AirTag. Where is the air? They got into their car and they drove away, called police.
Man,
it had to have been on her person, right?
No Country for Old Men.
The daughter continued to track the device's location, and it showed that it was still in the parking lot.
Wow.
So
probably fell off.
Where was the device if it was following them, but then when they left, it was left in the parking lot?
Maybe it was on a stroller.
I don't know.
And they're just like, we don't need this thing.
But the AirTags, they can be used for good, but they can also be used for evil.
Nefarious purposes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
devil tag.
You could use them. Listen, some people put AirTags in their luggage so they can track
luggage tags.
That's pretty smart. They can track their bags. Yeah, if their luggage gets lost, they know where their bag is. Is it still on the airplane? Is the bag on the little tram, the trolley taking your bag? Is your bag about to be dropped on the belt at the airport? So some people are using these AirTags, for luggage. And listen, there are a million different uses for these things, but that's creepy. Why would it track them all day long or for hours, and then it's with them on the monorail, but then they get in their car and then it's left in the parking lot when they drive off?
Maybe it was stuck on something and it just fell off.
Maybe so. The daughter said the device was tracking them for several hours. As she was refreshing it, it showed the AirTag was still in our parking spot. So somehow we were frantically shaking out clothes and dumping everything out of our bags.
Oh, there you go.
And I guess it fell out.
I have one of those on my remote controls.
Doesn't the AirTag, I'm looking at the screenshot that they have of the AirTag tracking them around the map of Disney. It says play sound. Couldn't they have activated that just to have their pocket go beep, 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 beep? Oh, here it is.
Does that sound work?
It says here, like, play sound, locate AirTag.
Yeah, I don't think that's an audio bite, though.
No, it doesn't, but it's a screenshot of her screen.
It sounds like these AirTags do more harm than good.
On her Apple Watch that goes.
Coop, I think anything in the wrong hands does bad stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But this just sounds like...
It sounds made up. I just left it in the parking lot, and now...
You think it sounds made up?
Sounds a little made up. They tracked her from 7:09 to 11 o'clock at night when they were back at their car.
That's like for hours and hours and hours.
And
then they shook everything out. Then the tag fell out and was left in the parking lot.
So there's
and
no
they drove off.
proof of this. They all you have is their still photos to go by.
They called the police.
Are you saying nay?
I'm saying nay.
But here's the situation is, and we've had multiple stories where like a woman apparently was attractive to a guy. The guy is able to like slip an AirTag on her car, slip an AirTag in a shopping bag. I mean, this has happened. You just got to be really careful because technology can be good or technology can be really bad. Man, look at the time. All right, 9:22 at the MJ Morning Show. I got to take a break here, and then we have our final chunk of the show. We got a lot to do. We got a ton of stuff we got to do in the final chunk, so it's going to be pretty strong. Pound for pound, going to be pretty damn solid. So don't move. The final long chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next here on Q105. Hey, with Pete. And the final chunk of the broadcast starts right now. I just witnessed Fester trying to work his Fester magic. Who'd you call at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office trying to find the DUI video?
I thought I called public information. I actually called public relations, which is a division of public relations. And I was put in touch with the sergeant in charge of public information. I left a lovely message for her. I expect a call back shortly. And apparently the folks at the Pinellas County Public Relations Department, big fans of the show. They listen every morning.
It's fantastic. Yeah, because I heard you saying, hey, so you listen. That's great.
Well, the thing was, I don't know if you've ever called police stations, but they answer the phone very sternly.
Yeah, I don't call police stations very often.
I've called my fair share of public information offices, and I had to check up on friends who are currently in jail. So I've called different law enforcement agencies, and they always answer the phone very sternly, kind of a deep voice, very direct to the point. And then I was like, "Hey, this is Fester from the MJ Morning Show," and she's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, you must listen." She's like, "Yeah, every day." So it's pretty cool.
It's fantastic. So we're trying to get a hold of the video of Amy Ann Harrington, 38, who was arrested on a DUI charge following a crash near her home in Mad Beach. There's a whole debate this morning because they're like, what? Roxanne never heard Mad Beach for Madeira Beach.
And guess what? I am not alone.
That doesn't make sense.
I would say 80% of the texters have not heard of it either.
That is impossible.
And these are people going, I've lived here my whole life. I've never heard of it.
It might be a more regional thing where you...
What do you mean a regional thing? What, like 3 square blocks of South Tampa calls Mad Beach?
Or what? It's like you're not saying you don't know what do they call South Tampa? Soho?
No. If you're north of Gandy, south of Gandy, it's if you're a SOG or a NOG.
No, but then if you're in South Howard, you're in Soho.
That's true. South Howard could be Soho.
That's like not knowing Soho. Do you know what Soho means?
I do know what Soho means.
Oh. It's like people not in Carrollwood not knowing what's Qua.
But in New York, what is Soho? What does that mean?
Soho is when you're really slutty and you like to sew on the street.
Popular prostitute.
Did you just say
a prostitute
when you're really
that sews?
slutty and you like to sew on the street? You're a Soho?
Good answer. If you know how to crochet, if you're good at crochet and needlepoint,
macrame,
and you're a little loosey-goosey.
You want a blanket?
You're a Soho.
Does anyone know what Soho means in relation to Manhattan?
I know what it means.
What does it mean?
It means south of Houston.
It's correct. And you don't say Houston.
No,
it's spelled like Houston, but it's Houston.
Do you know what Roosie is?
What?
Roosie?
Roosie?
That's what me and my homies call Roosevelt Island.
Do you know what Elgo is?
I don't know what Elgo is.
It's Largo,
baby.
That's
Largo. Okay.
Elgo, get out of here.
That's Larghetto.
Oh, that's right.
Larghetto.
You fired him up again. Here they come, rolling in. Never heard of it.
There was a story of Amy Ann Harrington, 38. She's a bartender, and she was pulled over. I guess there was a crash near her home, Madeira Beach, and they get her out of the car. She had slurred speech, according to the police report, unsteady on her feet. And then she was asked to perform a one-leg stand and then walk around or walk and turn tests. And instead, she starts dancing like an Irish dance, and she started doing ballet. And Fester called the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office to see if the video is available. So maybe we could post her dance moves on our website.
A lot of information doesn't become available until it's requested by media outlets.
Officer, do you mind if I get my clogs? Because I could clog dance. I promise I could do Swedish clog dancing.
Keep your kilt down, ma'am.
You might have heard of us from the famous Harrington Five, the big cloggers. Was that a Geico commercial where their neighbors were like, or upstairs or downstairs, they're cloggers, right?
A lot of clogs.
Those annoying cloggers.
All right, let me know if you get the video. That'd be pretty good to put on the website. And we did point out that Miss Harrington is a very attractive woman. Maybe call an Uber or have a designated driver.
I found her
on. I could drive.
I found her on Facebook,
and
we apparently have 2 mutual friends. Her and I.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Is one Dave the Dwarf?
No, but it is Shorty Shane.
No, it's not. All right, Fester is enamored with this story. Fester loves this. A guy wins $100,000 with a Maryland lottery ticket. He skipped a day of work and just, for the hell of it, just randomly bought a lottery ticket. Turns out to be a $100,000 winner scratcher.
Oh, I'd love to skip work and buy lotto tickets all day. That's great.
See, that just shows that karma doesn't exist.
58-year-old Maryland man skipped a day of work last month, won $100,000, randomly bought a lottery scratcher at a convenience store.
They should fire him.
He works at a construction site, realized that he didn't need to go to work, and decided to just take the day off. Made a stop at a convenience store in Tacoma Park, Maryland, bought 3 Power 10s tickets, as well as other scratch-off games, and decided to play inside the store. While playing one of the $10 games, he noticed the number 10 appeared on every line, so he won whatever prize was shown next to the 10.
Wait a minute.
And it turned out that it was $100,000. Yeah.
Which is right. Good for him.
Yeah. He revealed a $1,000 and then a $10,000 down the line, equaling a total of $100,000 once he added everything up, however this game works. Is that amazing? Yeah, the store where he purchased it, TJ Beer and Wine and Liquor.
Oh, that's not enough to lose your job. You shouldn't have said that he skipped work.
Yeah, this headline was a little misleading, MJ.
Why is that?
It said after skipping work.
Yeah, he skipped work. He didn't go to work that day.
I was under the impression he's like, boss, listen, I don't feel that well today. I'm not going to make it in today. I don't know what's going on. I should feel better tomorrow. Or whatever. I thought he was going to skip work like he called in sick and then he won the $100,000. Here, you're telling me, oh, it was his day off or he didn't have to show up anyway.
Yeah, what was it, Saturday?
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to come in Saturday, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, boss, I feel like hell today. I can't make it.
Does he say okay or is it okay? How does he go on South Park?
Okay, it's a
Oh, okay. Okay. Mr. Mackey.
Right, okay.
All right, we're messing up references.
Mr. Garrison.
What?
Okay, so the South Park is okay.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
I quoted
But the I'm
Office
going to need
Space.
you to come in on Saturday is Office Space.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what? Make
come
that
on.
Sunday,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, guys,
I think that'd be good.
let's shift to something a little more serious and sad.
Let's do that.
Okay.
The Naomi Judd situation. We have not brought it up today.
What happened to her?
Hold on, Fester, you're giving me a look.
Okay, what's sad about Naomi Judd other than the fact that she passed?
Oh, she
Well,
died?
Naomi, dude, where have you been? It was breaking news over the weekend.
Ashley.
Not Winona.
But not Winona's the daughter, the mother.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking
Naomi Judd is the mother, and she is dead at the age of 76. But
is it Judd Apatow?
well,
Okay.
no. But the Froggy, will you stop, please? This is serious.
They're not related?
No.
No. That's his first name, and that's their last name. You dummy.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
What about the guy from Taxi? What was his name? Judd Nelson. Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch.
Grady Judd is taking this awfully hard time.
Oh yeah. What if there's any relation?
My Aunt Naomi.
We ought to call Grady. What if there's any relation?
I'm sure there's a lot of Judds from the hills.
But guys, what was odd about this story? When the family announced that Naomi Judd had passed, the family said that she had died of...
The cause of death was odd. If you read the same cause of death I did.
Yeah, well, I think we all did because that's what
Bad
they said.
country music.
The actual story that came out from the family was that Naomi Judd died of mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Like dementia?
The family said.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you think of. But dementia or Alzheimer's, which both my grandmothers had dementia, that's different than being mentally ill. The family statement said that their beloved Naomi died of mental illness. And the minute I saw them, like, you don't die of mental illness. I said, Michelle, she committed suicide. And it's
you think?
Yes. Well, there are numerous stories out there now that have said that she took her own life. And it's just very sad. And then what was crazy is that the Judds were set to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame at a big ceremony last night.
Yeah, the next day.
So she commits suicide on Saturday, the day before she and her daughter Winona are set to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame.
So I was on TikTok the day after the news, or I think it was after the news had come out that she had passed.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah, and there was still a video on the CMT account of like them promoting the Judds performing.
my
and I was like,
God.
oh, they need to take this down.
Holy crap.
Do they
that's
have any
terrible.
songs that... What songs did they do?
Love can build a bridge.
They did Come On Eileen, the safety dance,
Wait a minute.
and Born in the USA.
Yeah, big
Now,
songs.
You know what? I got to be honest. I can't name.
Did they do a Kenny Rogers song, a duet?
All I know is that their voices are amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
the Judds, Naomi. If you look at old videos of Naomi Judd, her voice is incredible.
Is she the one with the white stripe in her hair?
That's Loretta Lynn.
Oh.
What did you think about the rumor I sent you
Which one?
about the Judds?
Well, can you just tell me what it was?
About paternity?
They have a sex cult?
Paternity?
Oh, that.
Yes.
Oh, that Elvis is the father of Winona.
It's not
Yes, look at pictures of him.
I don't think that.
Is
You
that
don't
a real
think that?
thing? Is that a
For
real?
What? Pull up their photos. Why
how
don't you do that?
How does the same woman give birth to Ashley Judd?
Because different.
No, different fathers.
Different fathers.
Different
Regardless.
fathers.
Regardless.
Yeah, Ashley and Winona are from different fathers.
And Winona's father is either Butcher Sam or Elvis. That's totally believable.
Look at the photos. Look at the eyes and the jaw and the expression.
All right, wait a minute. What year was Winona Judd born?
Hold on, I gotta look all this up now.
Yeah, because Elvis died in what, like August of '77? That was like that was the talk of my bus stop. I think we were just going back to school when Elvis had died. I think check Elvis's death. Was he like August of '77?
Winona was born in 1964. She's 57 years old.
Man, she's all right.
Love me tender.
Yeah, Elvis could have been the father.
I think Freddie Mercury.
But wait a minute, that was that was way before they got into country music. When did they break into country music?
Yeah, they were like an 80s act.
Yeah, listen, Elvis not the
know.
father of Winona Judd.
Well, I'm going to do a little more research about it. But
When did Elvis die? Did you look it up for me?
August 16th, 1977.
Yeah, I was right. August of '77, and we went back to school in Virginia Beach. I was in what? I was probably in seventh grade. No, I was in sixth grade maybe in '77.
Okay.
Yeah,
Judd was 17 years old when she gave birth to Winona.
Apatow?
No, stop it.
What, you just said Judd?
All right.
What a dumb name, Judd.
I don't think that Elvis is the father. Anyway, can we get back to the original story? It's sad, and the family had to know if you release a statement that Naomi Judd died of mental illness, that they had to know that people were going to not just take that at face value and just not want to know more. But I don't know if it's ever going to leak out on what she actually did to take her life, but that's clearly what happened.
All right, hold on.
Oh, God.
Naomi Judd, according to the internet.
Come on, this is false.
Naomi Judd was Elvis's nurse at the Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis.
Yes.
She was Elvis's personal nurse in the early to late 70s.
Love me tender, baby.
Elvis's health was not in good shape. He was suffering. Well, in the 70s, Winona was born in the 60s.
Make me a Nana sandwich, baby.
Yeah, so she was Elvis's personal nurse in the early
to mid 70s. According to the Roxanne, you got to do a deep dive investigation.
But I think that's how she got discovered.
Yeah.
She got discovered. She was a nurse, and I think that she was in Tennessee and was a nurse for a music producer or someone in Nashville, and that's how I think I read that the judge got discovered in the first place.
Hey, Toots, you can sing pretty good.
Winona was born in 64.
Yeah.
So this is before, like you said, the personal nurse thing.
That's way before Elvis's personal nurse. If that story about her being a nurse to Elvis is even true.
Well, when you think of a nurse, you think of somebody like at an assisted living facility. He could have just been like a caretaker.
Whatever. Elvis is still alive. He's the groundskeeper on the grounds. Yes, he is. Look at the pictures.
Elvis not alive.
Get off.
He died on a toilet.
Get off my lawn.
Naomi, get off my
Anyway, rest in peace, Naomi Judd. Yeah, listen, any kind of mental illness that causes you to take your own life is just very sad.
Absolutely.
And it's just a shame with the success that she had. It just shows that people can have mental issues and mental illness. It doesn't matter where you come from, whether you're loaded and have everything you want in the world, or whether you don't have two nickels to scratch together.
That's very true.
So, our thoughts go out, obviously. Oh, look at the Tiger King star, Joe Exotic. He's ordered custom $11,500 tuxedos for the big prison wedding.
Oh, it's going to be so expensive.
I will never financially recover from this wedding.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Well, when you spend what, $11,500 on tuxedos?
What's the price of a tiger?
Yeah, Netflix is going to buy it for him. Here you go, Joe. Thanks for everything.
Isn't this his 5th marriage?
Purchased custom $11,500 all-white tuxedos for himself and for his new fiancé, John Graham. And they're going to get married in prison.
I'm going to break you like a graham cracker.
So hold on. I've seen photographs of like the Menendez brothers getting married in jail.
Oh, yeah.
And they were wearing their prison garb.
Yeah. Why does he get a suit?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's going to vary by prison to prison and what they allow. Listen, some prisons allow, do some prisons still allow conjugal visits? I think some do.
I think so.
Yeah.
Huh.
I haven't dated a prisoner in a while.
I mean, when Doug was in prison, did they allow
I was
you?
going to say, my experience is yes, they do still allow conjugal visits.
What was Doug in prison for?
Laundering.
That's when he shaved his head.
That's when he joined the cult gang.
Puts makeup over his teardrop
How many prison tats does he have?
Somebody says Butch on his arm.
By the way, Dig Dug was never in prison,
No,
as
never
far as
in
I
prison,
know.
and definitely doesn't have tattoos.
Yeah, he was just in jail.
But the Tiger King, $11,500. What kind of tuxedo do you order for $11,500?
Is it a tiger print on the inside? Is it lined with like tiger?
It's real tiger fur.
And who's going to be the best man?
What
The
it is.
Girl who got her arm ripped off. She only needs one suit arm.
Couple of Hollywood things before we get out of here. Well, I got to just check my time here. All right, couple of things here before we go.
Cheaper. It'll be cheaper.
I mean, really? Jennifer Grey is going to return for a Dirty Dancing sequel?
Oh, you better put the hump back in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember,
right?
We just talked about her, how her mother wrecked her career. Jennifer Grey's mother talked her into having the bump removed from her nose. She had a nose job at the suggestion of her mother, but then it turned Jennifer Grey unrecognizable. Nobody could figure out who she was. When she had her nose done, it changed her appearance so drastically that her trademark look, that you would know her instantly as the sister from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or obviously from Dirty Dancing. She got the nose job, and no one knew who the hell she was. She could walk into a place, and no one had any idea that she was from 2 major movies. It wrecked her career. And now, apparently, Jennifer Grey is set to be part of a sequel. Lionsgate held a presentation at CinemaCon in Vegas where they announced that the new movie is going to be made. Jennifer Grey returns to Kellerman's in the next chapter. Kellerman's was this Catskills resort where Grey's character, Frances Baby Houseman, and her family vacationed, and that's where she met and fell in love with Patrick Swayze.
Which is my point. You can't do a sequel to that movie without doing him as a hologram.
Excuse me? Yeah, he did a whole movie as a ghost.
What, you're going to bring her back? Yeah, you're going to bring her back as a ghost like in the Demi Moore thing?
Yes.
Get off my train!
And Whoopi Goldberg. And then that Vargas guy from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Excuse me, but that is my godfather.
I think he was the donor to your mother. I think
do look
Mr.
like
Vargas from Fast Times and the crazy ghost on the subway in New York.
Just switch to Sanka. Have a heart.
In Ghost. Froggy, you do look like him.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I haven't heard that for 20 years, you dick.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
Stop.
Hey.
I'm sensitive.
That's inappropriate.
Sorry, I'm sensitive about... I called you it, so it's not...
Obviously.
I could call you it. I'm not talking about it.
Dude, you just brought it up yourself.
Call him that.
I just think it's kind of funny that we were talking about Jennifer Grey and how her movie career was torpedoed when she got the nose job, and now they're going to do a sequel to Dirty Dancing. But what about, how do you explain Patrick Swayze being gone?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't.
Does he have a kid? He has a young kid, doesn't he?
Patrick Swayze?
Yeah. Oh, so it can be like James Gandolfini's kid standing in for his father, right?
Horrible performance.
Yeah. No, he wasn't that bad.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Look, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid on TV. Put him in the role. Perfect. Look how handsome he is. God, look at Dylan's shoes today.
Anything else, guys, before we get out of here today?
Is that creepy?
Been a pretty jammed up day.
It was good. Today was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought today was fantastic. Thought it was strong.
Nice transition back.
All right. Hey, before we wrap things up, guys, get your final thoughts together. Everyone get final thoughts. We'll get to those here in just a second. Before we go, I just want to mention that we have an awesome, awesome client here on the MJ Morning Show, and they will do, and I'm telling you, folks, I guarantee this. If Zero Res does not clean your carpets like none other, you can call me at home. All right, call me at home. I'll get it rectified. No, seriously, all kidding aside. With May, it's Mother's Day, right? You know it's an awesome Mother's Day gift? Clean carpets for Mom. You ever go to Mom's house and it looks like it's a murder scene in there?
Every time.
Is your father missing?
Mom, where's Dad? Where's Dad?
Listen, all kidding aside, folks, when you need your carpets cleaned and you need your carpets cleaned right, I mean, they do an amazing job. Why is Zero Res so good at carpet cleaning? Because they use ZR water. It's a patented process. They use electrolyzed water, and you don't have the soapy, sudsy, smelly, chemically residue. That's not what ZR water does. That's not what Zero Res does. If you want your carpets clean, you want them to stay clean, Zero Res. They do tile, they do grout, they do upholstery. You want Zero Res, and right now with Zero Res, we get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $109. If you mention me, MJ, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $109. Remember, if you need your carpet cleaned right now or if you need your carpets cleaned in the future, just remember Zero Res, and you can book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com, ZeroResTampaBay.com. Get all the contact information. You want to call them up, you want to book online, it's ZeroResTampaBay.com, ZeroRez TampaBay.com, ZeroResTampaBay.com. You spell it backward or forward. Zero Res is the right way to clean, ladies and gentlemen. All right, final thoughts before we get out of here. Nothing, Fester?
We're all good today.
All right. Rox, anything?
No. Be back.
All right, well, I'm going to stop doing this then if you guys have nothing to say. All right, well, I got a little bit to say here. I've got a pile of stuff that's incredible that I haven't even gotten to. So tomorrow's show is already cranked.
Froggy has a pile of stuff, too.
Yeah.
He was going to say that.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Tell him about your pile, Froggy.
Folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Website is loaded, mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com.